In a hospital room, a forever single badass suddenly woke up in a daze, her mind a total blank. Ugh, where am I? A hospital? And what are all these injuries? She had amnesia. She couldn't remember a thing. Suddenly, the door burst open. A hail of bullets flew toward her. Crash! She instinctively dodged, moving with incredible speed. A bullet shattered the water pitcher next to her. A man in black, wearing a mask and holding a gun, stepped into the room. Seeing the empty bed, he muttered in confusion. How is that possible? He scanned the room carefully. In that instant, she swung a sharp scalpel, lunging toward him without a sound. In a flash, the man in black was history. She became even more suspicious of herself. Who am I? How do I have such sharp reflexes? And why is someone trying to assassinate me? As she was lost in thought, the cold metal of a gun pressed against her head. Well, thanks for taking care of that guy for me. I never thought I'd see you like this. Now, the bounty is all mine. She remained calm and turned to ask, before I die, can you tell me who I am? But the assassin wasn't interested in talking. He just wanted her dead. Goodbye. Then the sound of gunshots rang out. Bang! Bang! But the one who fell wasn't her, it was the assassin. She turned in shock to see a ridiculously handsome, cool-looking guy standing there. Letting a small fry like this get the drop on you, looks like you were seriously injured this time. The girl just stared blankly. Other than registering that he was hot, she had no idea who he was. The handsome, well-built man just chuckled. You forgot me that quickly? I'm your husband. At that, she took a good long look at him. His Adam's apple, the muscles visible through his shirt, just imagining it was, oh my God. His face, his lips, the bridge of his nose, his eyes. Wow, a total masterpiece. She couldn't believe she had such a hot husband. Real or fake, she decided she had to claim him first and ask questions later. She threw herself into his arms. Honey, what took you so long to rescue me? She cooed, taking the opportunity to snuggle against his chest. Hubby. Her actions made the stoic man's face go pale, and he was suddenly flustered. Hey now, you actually believe I'm your husband just because I said so? You're not even a little suspicious? The girl looked up and gave him a sweet smile. Of course I believe you. How could a man as handsome as you lie to me? I'd love to doubt you, she thought, but you're the one holding a gun. Then she clutched her chest in pain. Ouch, it hurts. The fight must have reopened my wound. Please, you have to save me. My body's at its limit, she thought. Real husband or not, I have to bet on him. With that, she passed out. Luckily, the man caught her just in time. Before she lost consciousness, she murmured, Hubby, I'll be good and listen to you. Complex feelings stirred in the man's heart. You'll really be good? He remembered the last time he'd seen her, on a dark and stormy night. He had tried to stop her, but she was resolute. Why should I listen to you? Get out of my way or don't blame me for what happens next. After a brutal fight that left them both bloodied, she'd said, I told you not to block my path. From now on, I walk my own road. He lay in a puddle of rain mixed with blood and said, his heart aching, Fine. From now on, we owe each other nothing. Now looking at her unconscious in the hospital bed, he still couldn't believe it. You said you'd listen to me? But that just causes more trouble for me, because only the dead are truly obedient. As he finished the thought, he fired a shot. Another masked man hiding in the corner was hit in the shoulder. Damien said, a sneak attack? Who do you think I am? The wounded assassin grunted, as expected of Damien. Looks like she was too injured to finish you off, Damien said. To die at your hands is no disgrace, the man replied. Damien laughed. Dying isn't that easy when you haven't told us what we need to know. Just then, his men arrived. Boss, we're here. Are you okay? Of course. Take this assassin back for interrogation. Find out who's behind him. What about this woman? Her breathing is very weak. But it's fine. As long as she's still breathing, she'll... Before the subordinate could finish, Damien cut him off. Wait, she's still useful. But she hurt our brothers. She killed Dante, boss. Damien's eyes turned ice cold. I said she's still useful. Another man stepped forward. Luke, go outside first. Let me talk to the boss. Arya's consciousness felt like it was sinking to the bottom of the sea. She didn't know where the whispers in her ear were coming from. She was sinking, slowly falling into an abyss. But just before she plunged into the endless darkness, a warm presence enveloped her. Wrapped in that comforting warmth, she finally fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, she opened her eyes. I'm still alive? Looks like I made the right bet on that man saving me. Suddenly, a voice said, Good morning, my dear wife. Arya turned her head and saw her husband from yesterday, shirtless and showing off a chiseled 8-pack. She blushed for a moment, then quickly composed herself, grinning brightly. Good morning, hubby. Is this guy really my husband, she thought. He's way too handsome. As she was thinking, Damien leaned in close, his voice a low whisper. Have you remembered anything? I don't remember a thing, not even my own name, let alone you. Your name is Arya, he said, his face just inches from hers. You are my wife. I am Damien, your husband. The proximity was overwhelming. He continued, you were badly injured, yet you could still take down that assassin. A formidable woman like you wouldn't look down on this ordinary husband of yours, would you? No, I wouldn't. Then sit up and have something to eat. I'll call a doctor later to check on your amnesia. Suddenly, she cried out in pain. Damien's face filled with concern. What's wrong? The fight last night. I think my wound opened up. Hurts so much. Let me see. Aren't you calling a doctor? It'll take too long for a doctor to get here. I can handle a wound like this. With that, Damien gently began to untie her hospital gown, his deep voice mesmerizing her. Don't worry, we're husband and wife. I know every inch of your body like the back of my hand. Even the tattoo on your back. I was the one who inked it for you. This isn't our first time, so just relax. Suddenly, he kissed the sensitive skin of her neck, his touch both rough and urgent. I can't promise I'll be gentle, but I promise I won't hurt you. His treatment made Arya gasp. That hurts. You liar, you said it wouldn't hurt, and you said it was the first time. Damien suddenly licked the shell of her ear. Not the first time? Have you remembered something? He asked, tilting his head to look at her blushing face. Her mind instantly cleared. I don't remember anything, but that doesn't mean I can't put some ointment on your 8-pack abs. All right. You said you were applying medicine. What's taking so long? A man can't be rushed, he replied. Then I'm putting my clothes back on, she said. Damn it, he saw my body, she thought. My skin feels like it's on fire. Was he just testing my reaction? Trying to see if my wound was real? If so, I have to play along with his act. I know. Let me bandage you up. I'll check the wound on your head later, he said. After examining it, he added, the cut on your head has scabbed over. Leaving it open will help it heal faster. Don't worry. Now eat your breakfast. I'll call the doctor in a bit. Arya watched him, thinking. Even though I don't remember anything, I have a feeling Damien doesn't mean me any harm. Still, I can't let my guard down. Soon after, they went out for breakfast. Eat up. You need nutrients to recover quickly. Arya was puzzled, but her movements were natural and graceful. Could he really be my husband? My utensils are plastic. Looks like it's not just Damien who's wary of me. His lackeys are too. In that case, I'll test him. With that thought, she stood up and reached toward Damien, making both him and his men tense up. But she did nothing, only touching his finger lightly. Right, as if a hot, cool husband would really love me like this. Time to test my acting skills, she thought. She sat back down and smiled. I just wanted to cut my bacon, but this plastic knife won't work. What should I do? Damien was still on edge. He stood up, walked over to her and said, that was careless of me. I should have cut it for you. Seeing his defensive posture, she realized he definitely wasn't her husband. In the worst-case scenario, he could be an enemy. But if he were just an enemy, she'd already be dead. So for now, she needed to figure out what he wanted from her. Suddenly, the sound of gunfire erupted. Leo, call in the guys outside for backup, Damien ordered. His men immediately moved to protect him. Protect the boss! Damien shielded her, saying, don't be afraid. As long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Damien's men are fighting them off, Arya thought. All I have to do is grab this knife, stab him, and use the chaos to escape. But just then, the chaotic gunfire shattered a nearby window, sending glass flying everywhere. Damien quickly pulled her into an embrace, shielding her with his own body. When Arya saw his back was covered in blood, she cried out in concern, Damien, you're bleeding! It's nothing, just a scratch. Arya was confused again. Why would you protect me without a second thought for your own safety? Are you really in love with me? Outside, a girl with pink hair stood on a tall tree, laughing at the chaos below. Arya, I know you're in there, get your ass out here, she yelled, firing her gun wildly. Arya, come on out! The two of them were hiding behind a door. Hearing the shots, Arya realized the sound of the bullets was different. These are rubber bullets. So this was another one of Damien's tests, which is why he protected me? It's all an act? Good thing I didn't make a move or I would have fallen right into his trap. After a while, the attacker's leader said, Second in command, it's time for us to retreat. The pink-haired girl gritted her teeth. Just a little longer. We can't. Damien's men are coming out and they've got real guns. We can't win. With no other choice, they retreated to their base. Second in command, why did we risk all that for this? One of them asked, panting. Are you kidding me? It was for the boss, obviously. She's trapped in Damien's house. I was creating a diversion so a woman with her skills could definitely escape. Second in command, your drawing skills still haven't improved, have they? Shut up. This is the first step in my grand plan. If you guys hadn't been so late, the boss would have escaped long ago. Yes, we made such a big scene and the boss still didn't get out. You don't think she's dead in Damien's house, do you? Shut your damn mouth. Don't be such a jinx. With her skills, none of that would have touched her. That woman won't die that easily. The pink-haired girl, whose name was Zoe, remembered the time Arya had saved her. Are all the men who bullied you here? Ms. Arya, please spare me. My foster father controls all the business in this city. Let me go and we can cooperate. It'll be very beneficial for you. Her father owed me money, so he used her to pay off his debt. My brothers and I just wanted a taste of a woman. It's not worth you disrupting the peace between us for her, Ms. Arya. Arya laughed. Did you forget that the one with her foot on your throat right now is also a woman? You humiliate the weak women and kneel before the strong ones. You're just a pathetic bully. Ms. Arya, that's not what I meant. Zoe can't compare to you. Please let me go. I'll do whatever you say. Arya turned to Zoe. Zoe, look, this is your nightmare. Look at him begging for mercy like a dog. Is he really that scary? It's your nightmare, so you end it. Zoe, show me how strong you can be. Crush everyone who looks down on you under your feet. Remembering that, Zoe steeled herself. Arya is that strong, she has to be alive. I will definitely save her. While her sister in arms was worrying about her, Arya was busy applying medicine to a hot guy. I got the glass out. You'll heal quickly, Arya said. She thought, there's a scar over his tattoo? It must have been a deep wound. She looked him over from his face to his muscles. He noticed her intense gaze and asked, what are you staring at so hard? She realized he was checking to see if her amnesia was real. His tattoo. I bet there's a whole story behind it. She smiled. I'm just admiring my husband's fine physique. Perfect body like this should be shown off more often. Then she thought, but seriously, Damien's body is amazing, no lies there. Damien chuckled. Go get changed. You're coming with me. As soon as she entered the dressing room, she thought, if we were really husband and wife, there'd be traces of us living together in this closet, right? But when she opened it, she saw a schoolgirl uniform. Huh? What's this? I'm way too old to be a student. Is this Damien's kink? Is this how I used to dress? Maybe. This is his thing? He's into this? She looked through the clothes and saw lacy things that made her feel helpless. All these outfits are so weird. But there's also a plain white shirt. Remember anything yet? Damien asked. That outfit holds precious memories for us. It was our first time. Arya's jaw dropped. I used to dress like that? And I have precious memories with him in it? Our first time? What on earth happened back then? Suddenly, a memory of them as kids flashed back. Damien sighed. This little brat is so annoying. We're just walking around and she's already bought a mountain of stuff. Arya said, it's not all for me. There's a gift for the chairman in here too. He kept grumbling. Such a suck-up. It was his money anyway. All right, I know you've been waiting a while, but look at this shirt. I bought it for you. When Damien saw the white shirt Arya bought him, his eyes lit up. For me? But then he started grumbling again. You're trying to bribe me, aren't you? Well, I'm not that easy. Even if you give me this shirt, I'm not going to be your friend. She replied, who wants to be friends with you? If you accept this gift, you're mine. You have to be my husband in the future. Damien's face turned beet red as he stammered, Stop dreaming! A toad wanting to eat swan meat. I will absolutely not accept this shirt. If you give it to me, I won't keep it for a second before throwing it away. After more than a decade, that shirt held a deep meaning. Arya was still dumbfounded. How is it deeply meaningful? Is it because this outfit is especially revealing so it means a lot to him? Not that one, Damien yelled, then clutched his head in frustration. That other outfit? Seriously, what the hell was Leo thinking? He explained, the truth is we don't live here often. I brought you to the suburban villa because it's safer. So I asked Leo to buy some women's clothes temporarily. I never expected him to buy that stuff. Oh, it's fine. I guess they just want to help our relationship along. Is the wound on your hand better? Let me see, it's all chafed. Keeping a bandage on it all the time isn't good. But if you want to keep wearing one, we have plenty. Arya blushed at his concern. No need, it's healed. There's another way to make wounds heal faster, he said. He took her hand and gently kissed it. Like this. Arya was mesmerized by his action. That strong scent of hormones. Warm, clean, yet cool. It must be the effect of these hormones that's making me unable to resist. Who is he really? Could all of this be real? Just as they were having a tender moment, one of his men walked in. Ahem, boss, sister-in-law, the doctor is in the living room downstairs. Got it, we'll be right down. Downstairs, Damien immediately asked the doctor, how is my wife's condition? The doctor said, Based on the scans, the physical trauma has led to some nerve damage in the brain and amnesia, but it's not too severe. The patient should regain her memory on her own in about 6 months to a year or two. Recovering my memory will take longer than I thought, Arya mused. If it takes 1 or 2 years, is it dangerous for me to keep living here? I need to figure out Damien's true identity and purpose as soon as possible. Thank you, doctor. Let me see you out. No need, Mr. Damien. You're too kind. Arya was still lost in thought. Why does Damien look so unhappy? They were handing each other an unlabeled medicine bottle. As soon as he came back in, she asked, "Did the doctor have any instructions?" "No, he just gave me this bottle of medicine. It's supposed to nourish the brain nerves and help you recover your memory. Take one now. Be good. Time for your medicine." Arya was instantly wary. There's not even a label on this thing. Who in their right mind would take this? She forced a smile. "What's this medicine for, hubby? If it's a supplement, why isn't there a label?" "And another thing," he began, looking at her and scoffing. "Another thing what?" He leaned in close. "You finally remembered it's poison, didn't you?" Hearing that, Arya's face went pale with shock. He laughed. "Just kidding. I'm your husband. How could I possibly harm you?" Arya grew even more confused. If he wanted to kill me, he would have done it already, not waited this long. Unless he wants to turn me into an idiot? Damn it, my head hurts. I can't remember anything from before. No matter what, there's definitely something wrong with him, but for now, I'll just have to find another chance to test him. "Not feeling well? Let me take you to rest," he said. Up in the room, he placed the medicine on the table and said, "Remember to take your medicine." Arya stared at the bottle, deep in thought. He's reminding me to take the medicine again. Looks like there's a problem with this stuff. What's wrong? Don't want to take it? Or do you want, he said, popping a pill into his own mouth, and then pressing his lips to hers. "Do you want me to feed it to you like this?" She turned her face away. "I don't want it." Her words reminded him of her strong-willed past self. She had once said the same thing to him, just as coldly. "I don't need your help." With no other choice, he grabbed her hands and forced the medicine into her mouth with a kiss. "You're crazy! Let go of me!" Damien ignored her, his hands exploring her body, making her squirm uncomfortably. "Don't you dare touch that spot!" she yelled. At that, he froze. "Right, you have a wound there. Does it still hurt?" Sorry. I just remembered some unpleasant things and lost control. Get some rest. I'll call you for dinner later." Arya lay in bed, her mind racing. She touched her lips, remembering Damien's expression just now. He was that worked up, but he still managed to hold back and worry about my wound. What on earth happened between us? Outside the room, Damien got a call from Leo. "Is there a problem with the medicine?" No problem at all, boss." "Is that so? Then why is Arya still suspicious?" "Boss X wants to meet with us. I told them Arya is in our hands. Good, well done." At another gang's headquarters, not only is Arya not dead, but the assassin we sent was captured by Damien. Before he could finish, his boss slapped him across the face. "My apologies. I've already arranged for an inside man to sneak into Damien's villa. He'll kill that bitch when he gets the chance. Please give me one more opportunity. Then do it cleanly. After that, frame Damien for it. Those scumbags at the Phoenix Syndicate will definitely seek revenge on him. Then we can just sit back and reap the rewards." "Understood." Back at the villa, Arya was growing more and more restless. "I've been here for over a week, and my wounds are starting to heal. Today, Damien went to the Syndicate to handle some business, leaving me cooped up in this villa. It's so suffocating." 4 bodyguards stood behind her, their gazes heavy as mountains. The moment she stood up, all 4 of them broke out in a cold sweat, instantly pointing their guns at her face. "I'm just going to the bathroom. No need to be so jumpy." This is exhausting, she thought. I feel a hint of murderous intent in this awkward atmosphere. Or am I just being paranoid? I need to find a way to build a relationship with these guys. Just then, a guard approached with a knife, startling her. "That's the knife that— Ha, sister-in-law, you're back from the bathroom. Now let me show you my skills." She screamed in panic, "Ah!" But the guard simply picked up an apple and began skillfully peeling it. "Ha ha. What do you think, sister-in-law? This is my unique apple peeling knife dance. I can peel 3 apples at once." "Oh, thank you. Are there any more apples? I want to try my hand at it too, of course." Soon the table was filled with beautifully cut apple slices. "Come on, everyone, help yourselves." Wow, sister-in-law's knife skills are amazing. Seeing them so happy, she thought, haha, looks like this was a success. A guard handed her a drink. "Sister-in-law, I added some hibiscus to this iced tea. It's very good for you. Please have some." She thanked him. However, as she was about to drink, she realized there was something wrong with the tea. "It's a hot day. I'll drink it later," she said, thinking, I don't know if the person who made this tea is the problem, or if someone added something to it, but it definitely wasn't Damien's order. He wouldn't need to use such a complicated method. Even for cutting fruit, he gave me a plastic knife. So I can confirm that someone else in this room wants to harm me, and this person seems to be very afraid of me. They don't dare to confront me directly. In that case, I'll patiently play this cat and mouse game. At the Phoenix Syndicate headquarters, Zoe was looking at information on a young man named Leo, the vice president of the Azure Dragon Syndicate and CEO of Damien's real estate group. He was loyal and dedicated to Damien, a righteous and kind man who was good at executing orders but lacked strategic thinking. Zoe smiled. This young man is much easier on the eyes than Damien. Her subordinate said, Damien is cunning and cautious. Maybe we should start with this Leo guy, perhaps with a honey trap. So, who do you think is suitable for that role? I'd do anything for the boss, but this guy isn't my type. Just then, another subordinate rushed in. Second in command, we captured the doctor who's been visiting Damien's villa for questioning. He said Damien is telling everyone the boss is his wife and that she has amnesia. Zoe was stunned. I knew it. That big-tailed wolf Damien has always been after the boss's body. I bet he's already had his way with her. The subordinate continued. The doctor said the boss is as meek as a little white rabbit. Could it be that Damien is training her in a different way? Zoe's imagination ran wild, and the more she thought about it, the angrier she got. How could their strong, powerful boss suffer such humiliation? Absolutely not. No matter the cost, she had to rescue the boss from that place immediately. Back at the villa, Arya sat staring at the glass of tea. I've waited until the tea is cold, and the person who drugged it still hasn't made a move. A guard said, Sister-in-law, you don't like this tea? Arya immediately thought this was the guy who drugged it. But then he picked up the glass. I treasure every one of these tea leaves. Can't let it go to waste. I'll drink it first, as a courtesy. Seeing him about to drink, Arya quickly slapped his hand, sending the glass shattering to the floor. Oh my God! There was a mosquito! Ah, what a waste. Well, we can drink some other time. Don't worry, the mosquito is dead. I'm going back to my room. The guard rubbed his face, muttering, I think I saw something in the reflection just now. Arya didn't care and went upstairs. He brought me the tea, but he wasn't the one who drugged it, because he was really going to drink it. The poisoner is very careful and won't easily reveal themselves. I'll just have to wait for them to make their next move and catch them then. But as she turned around, someone was already pointing a gun at her head. She saw the decisive movement and her heart skipped a beat. Is he going to pull the trigger? Meanwhile, Damien had finished his business meeting. Are you free tonight, Mr. Damien? Come over to my place for a drink. We've got some new girls at the club recently. Not free, I have something to do tonight. The client, Mr. Liao, gave him a knowing smile. Don't tell me you're hiding a beauty at home so eager to play the groom every night? Damien ignored him and answered his phone. Whatever he heard on the other end made him look shocked and panicked. He quickly stood up. My apologies, Mr. Liao, something urgent came up. I have to go. No problem, take care of your business. Hey, Damien, the party I prepared for you has only just served the appetizer. By the time you get home, you'll find that your little canary has already been poisoned. Damien rushed back to the villa. Where's Arya? He flew up the stairs, threw open the door, and called out, Arya! But he stopped short, seeing her munching on a bag of chips. What are you doing? Eating chips, what's wrong? Disappointed I'm not hurt? Damien finally let out a sigh of relief. No. Come on, sit down, baby, she said, and I'll tell you all about it. Back with Leo, he was talking to his men. We need to be extra vigilant lately. Arya was targeted in a shootout, and we have a mole among us. Don't worry, with you here, who would dare? Speaking of which, why did the boss suddenly decide to keep that she-devil around? The boss said that years ago, when she was living at his uncle's house, she stole the syndicate's master seal. Damn, so she has the seal? Suddenly, Leo saw a group of thugs harassing a schoolgirl. It turned out to be Zoe putting on an act. Without hesitation, Leo rushed forward and kicked one of the thugs, sending him flying. Let her go! The terrified thugs ran off. This is Azure Dragon territory, not a place for you to act high and mighty. Miss, are you all right? Sob, thank you. Please. Can you take me home? Back in Arya's room, she was telling Damien the story. The gun barrel was just inches from my face, but I wasn't scared. He, on the other hand, was terrified of me, so he hesitated to pull the trigger, which gave me a half-second opportunity. Not only was I not scared, I was a little excited. It was instinct, like a bloodthirsty predator. I kicked him right in the face, sending him flying. I chased after him like crazy, and he had to throw a smoke bomb to get away. It's a shame the smoke let him escape, so I couldn't catch him. Damien listened, his expression thoughtful. Why are you looking at me like that? She asked. He rested his chin on his hand and smiled. So you let him get away without even seeing his face? Of course, I didn't have time. What a pity. It seems there are a few rats hiding in this house of mine, scurrying in the dark and causing trouble. But since you're all right, get some rest. I'll handle the rest. Wait, you're leaving? What's wrong? I almost got shot to death and you're not going to comfort me? He turned back, raising an eyebrow. He stepped closer, his hand touching her face, caressing her lips. I didn't think you needed comforting. Like you said, you have the fiery instinct of a wild beast that craves to be bathed in fire. That's what the real Arya needs. Don't say that. Why would I need those things? He pushed her onto the bed. Another familiar scene. You seem to enjoy this little trick. Get off me! And if I don't? Then I'll kick you where it hurts! She paused. Wait, why did I just say that? Damien quickly stood up. See? I told you, you don't need comforting. After night fell, while Arya was sound asleep, the door creaked open. Damien slowly walked in, holding a knife, and approached her. Are you really asleep? Are you putting on an act for me, or is it real? It would be nice if you could stay like this forever. He didn't hesitate, bringing the knife down toward her, but he stopped just inches from her neck. So you really are asleep. He went out, closing the door. Sleep well, my wife. After he left, Arya trembled, clutching the sheets and letting out a shaky breath. Was he just about to kill me? No, it felt more like he has some deep, obsessive grudge against me. Meanwhile, Leo had somehow ended up taking Zoe home. He sat awkwardly on the couch, squirming and swallowing hard as Zoe emerged in a short dress, holding a glass of wine. My hero, thank you for fighting off those bad guys and bringing me home. It was nothing. Don't mention it. Were you hurt earlier? Is it serious? Zoe looked vulnerable. The physical wounds are nothing compared to the emotional trauma. I'm still so scared just thinking about it. Seeing her distress, he moved closer to comfort her. It's okay. It's okay. You're safe now. He paused, then scratched his head. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch you just now. How should we address each other? My name is Leo. Seeing him like this, Zoe thought, this guy is a good actor. Let's see how long you can keep it up. My name is Sophie. I live alone, so I get harassed by thugs a lot. She then started telling him her sob story, and Leo couldn't stand it. He was furious. Those bastards are scum! Don't be angry. The police arrived in time, so I'm okay. Don't worry, you won't have to deal with that kind of thing again. She still looked upset. Oh, my drink is cold. Let me make another one. No, don't trouble yourself. It's okay, you're the hero who saved me. As she walked, she pretended to trip and fall backward. Luckily, Leo rushed forward and caught her. They were now incredibly close. Are you okay? He asked. I twisted my ankle. It hurts so much. I don't think I can walk. With no other choice, Leo scooped her up. Let me carry you to your bedroom. She happily agreed, thinking, ha, he took the bait. Men are all such pigs. He gently placed her on the bed. Great, just one more step, she thought. Boss, I've sacrificed my virtue for you. Leo said, get some rest. I'm going home now. If you need anything, just call me. Here's my card. With that, he turned and left, closing the door with a click, leaving a stunned Zoe behind. What? He just left like that? The next day at the villa, Leo said, the boss isn't here today, but we need to get to the bottom of this. Someone among us tried to kill you, Arya. Today, in this villa, we will find that person. The next person called, follow me to the study. Half an hour later, the interrogation was underway. Inside, two people were talking. Ms. Arya, whenever it involves you, the boss becomes extremely concerned, to the point where he can't be objective or calm. Arya smiled. That's how men are with their other half, right? Or maybe you just haven't met the right woman yet, Leo? Hearing her say that, Leo blushed and turned away without a word. Right, Arya said. I'm still curious about Damien's attitude toward me. Did something really unpleasant happen between us? Seeing Leo remain silent, she continued, it's fine if you don't want to say, just pretend I never asked. Leo finally spoke. You and the boss were once deeply in love, but something happened, and you hurt him deeply. What did I do? You betrayed him. Arya was stunned. I betrayed Damien? His possessiveness is so strong because he has this unexplainable hatred for me. But wait, Damien would never let someone who betrayed him live. Doesn't that mean I should be dead? But how did I betray him? Did I cheat on him? Leo was at a loss for words. Next person, come in. Arya was lost in her own thoughts. I had a handsome husband and I still cheated? What happened before I lost my memory? Was I tired of fine dining and wanted to try some cornbread and pickles instead? I really want to ask Leo about my affair, but now's not the right time. Leo asked a guard, where were you when the shots were fired? I was cleaning up when I heard gunshots from the warehouse. I was in the bathroom. I didn't even have time to pull up my pants or wipe. Arya said, before the shooting, the cameras in the common areas of the villa were damaged, so a lot of their statements can't be verified. Don't worry, sister-in-law, leave this to me. You go rest. Leo, about that cheating thing? But Leo just walked away without saying anything. She had no choice but to sit there thinking. Cheating? But with Damien's body and even his kissing technique, How could I cheat? Was he bad in bed, so I did that? No, what am I thinking? Right now, the most urgent thing is to get on his good side. Make him give up the idea of killing me. That evening, she went into the kitchen to cook. Damien opened the door. I'm home, what are you doing? Hubby, you're back? You must be exhausted. I made your favorite dish today. Try my braised pork ribs. Damien was startled. Was there an assassination attempt on you today? Did a shootout happen in the kitchen? So the assassins have been neatly dealt with? And this in front of me is them? I have to say, that's a very efficient way to dispose of them. Are you trying to poison me so blatantly? She smiled. Just try it. I spent all afternoon making this. Still in disbelief, Damien said, All right, let me try. He picked up a piece of meat and ate it, while Arya watched with expectant eyes. He looked at her and said, It's delicious. No? Yes, really. He leaned in closer. Make it for me again next time, okay? You go rest. I have some business to attend to. I'll be back later. After he left, she tasted the food she had cooked. It was speechless lie bad. How could it be this terrible? What on earth did I do to betray him that he's still so tolerant of me? Damien went to another room, pushed aside a large painting, and entered a basement. He still won't talk? No, he'd rather die than reveal who hired him to assassinate Arya in the hospital. Humph, this assassin has some professional ethics. Seeing the man, beaten and bloody but still defiant, Damien clicked his tongue. Assassins from the Shadow League don't belong to any syndicate. Don't tell me you're naive enough to think that if you keep your mouth shut, your employer will let you go? To your employer now, you're more of a liability than an asset. If I hadn't hidden you here, he probably would have killed you long ago. I'll give you one day to think about it. Leo, let's go. As soon as they closed the door, another man crept in. He held a knife and laughed menacingly. So this is where they hid you. I've been looking for you for ages. Don't blame me. I'm just helping the employer tie up loose ends. He raised the knife to strike, but as he stabbed, he realized it was a dummy. He paled in horror. Damien switched on the lights. Ha, you fell for it. Too bad. The real assassin has already been moved to a safe place. Henry, when you saw Arya in the hospital, your first reaction was to kill her. So it was you. Now tell me who's pulling the strings, and I might just spare your life. After some intense interrogation, they learned that Bruno, the leader of the Kirin cartel, was behind the whole thing. The Kirin cartel and the Phoenix Syndicate are equal in power. Offending the Phoenix Syndicate would do him more harm than good. Could it be the chairman of the General Syndicate? Damien motioned for silence. Leo asked, Boss, you're just letting that traitor go? Won't that cause problems? I will not spare those who betray me, and that includes Bruno. Make it clear, betrayal is our ultimate taboo. Even if he gets his money, he might not live to spend it. Just then, Leo received a text from Zoe. Are you free? Can you meet me somewhere? Meanwhile, Arya was still lost in thought. When will I get a chance to rebuild a good relationship with Damien? He's so guarded right now. The fact that I betrayed him is like a ticking time bomb. If I don't resolve this, I'll lose my life. If he's in a bad mood one day, I'm done for. She looked at herself in the mirror and sighed. This won't do. The best way to close the distance between a man and a woman is to make that distance negative, right? I have to take the initiative, take control of my own fate. But suddenly her head throbbed. A flash of a bloody, brutal scene appeared. Damien's voice echoed in her mind. You're not so foolish as to think you can erase your betrayal with some shallow seduction, are you? But I don't remember anything. Right now, you're just a canary I've locked in a cage. If I want to torture you or kill you, can you resist? I want to see you struggle in despair. She clutched her head in pain, screaming, Stop talking! Amidst her headache, a loud shout came from outside. How dare you stop me, but the boss isn't home, please come back later. A short-haired girl slapped the guard across the face, then stopped, her eyes landing on Arya. She smirked. I was wondering why you wouldn't let me in, so he's hiding a beauty in here. Arya looked at her, thinking, who is this girl? Why is she acting like the main wife catching a mistress? Doesn't matter who she is, rule number 1 of survival, don't start a fight with someone who's smiling. Arya, munching on chips, said, Hello, sis. Want some chips? Sorry, Damien isn't home. The short-haired girl was taken aback. You dare call me sis? You dog, do you know how old you are? Why are you calling me sis? I'm younger than you by 1 year, 4 months, 27 days, 11 hours, and 40 minutes. And you have the nerve to address me so casually? God, I'm so pissed. Seeing her reaction, Arya was baffled. Why are you so worked up? The girl said, All right, let me tell you. Don't think I don't know what you're up to. You're just some savage woman who's shamelessly sticking by his side, right? What did you say? You're misunderstanding. Don't even try to pretend. Listen up. I'm Victoria, Damien's girlfriend. You're the shameless other woman. Get the hell out of here. Don't think you can win his heart by playing weak. You're just a brazen, wild woman. Meanwhile, at Damien's meeting with Marcus, the new chairman, the great leader of the Azure Dragon Syndicate visiting me for tea is a rare honor. Not at all. Since you're here, of course I have to visit often. Marcus was the man in charge of the entire city syndicate. He said, "You must have been busy lately, right? Victoria has been bothering you again. It must be tough." Damien replied, "It's manageable. Actually, I've brought Arya back to my house." "And what's your reason for doing that?" "I have no feelings left for Arya. I'm only keeping her captive to get revenge for what she did. Also, since the former chairman's death, the Sovereign's seal has been in her hands. Such an important seal should be held by the leader of the General Syndicate. Once I get it, I will present it to you." Back at the villa, Victoria was yelling at Arya. "Of course! Because Damien wants revenge for your betrayal. What man in this world would value a conceited, savage woman like you? You fool! You really think he likes you? He's only keeping you around because you're still useful. He himself said he has no feelings left for you." "So that's it," Arya thought. "Damien is keeping me here for a reason. The more information, the better. I need to get more out of this foolish girl in front of me. For now, I'll just provoke her and let her spill the beans herself." With that, Arya said, "You just said you're his real girlfriend, so I have a question. Have you and Damien ever slept together?" Victoria was stunned. "You shameless woman. What did you just say?" Arya smirked. "As the official girlfriend, you haven't even slept together?" Victoria screamed, "What's that got to do with you? I'm warning you, don't get too cocky." Arya continued to provoke her. "You don't know anything and you dare to call yourself his official girlfriend? You don't even know why I'm living in this villa, do you? Seeing you act so self-righteous is just pathetic." "Who says I don't know? You and Damien are mortal enemies. He's only keeping you alive because you have leverage over him. No, not leverage. Something very important. You think you can erase the deep wound you inflicted on him by pretending to have amnesia? You cracked his collarbone. That blow almost killed him." Hearing this, Arya was shocked. "I cut him? Why? What happened?" "I can't remember. That scar on his tattoo, is that the proof? Everyone says I betrayed him, hurt him. Is it all true? Was I really that cruel?" Victoria sneered. "You think people call you the hyena because you're strong? It's because we're disgusted by your tenacious, groveling, never-let-go attitude. Damien is only keeping your sorry ass alive because you have something important. Otherwise, how would you still be breathing?" "I see. Thank you." And just like that, Arya had gathered a wealth of information from Victoria. Meanwhile, Damien finished his conversation with Marcus. Before he left, Marcus said, "Do you know what's most admirable about you? You're just like the former chairman. You work cleanly, leaving no loose ends. Rest assured, after I hand over the Sovereign Seal to you, I will personally finish that woman." Marcus sipped his tea and smiled. "This tea is truly delicious." Arya was packing her suitcase. "Regardless of who's at fault, the most important thing is to stay alive. If I stay here, I'll be in danger." Damien opened the door. "What are you doing? Where are you going?" "Your girlfriend just told me to get out." "What girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend." "She said her name is Victoria." He sat down and explained, "She's the daughter of the chairman of the General Syndicate. We're just acquaintances." She said, "I may have amnesia, but I'm not interested in your love life. If there are other fish in your pond, I'm sure there's more than one. So please, be merciful and let me go." "You can't leave." "Why not? Ever since I lost my memory, you've kept me locked up here, calling it protection. In reality, you have other motives, don't you? Instead of suspecting each other, why don't you just be honest?" "This scar, I gave it to you, didn't I?" "Who told you that?" "Stop denying it, you hate me, don't you?" "No, I don't hate you, still won't admit it." "Damien, when will you be as honest as your body is? You treat me like a canary and enjoy the power of controlling every aspect of my life. That satisfies you, doesn't it?" "It's not like that. I just want to protect you. You have to believe me. I have no other intentions toward you." Arya looked at him and said sarcastically, "You imprisoned me here, force-fed me unlabeled medicine every day, and even had your men watch me with loaded guns. If you were me, what would you think? So what do you want?" "I want you to let me go." Damien looked at her thoughtfully, then said, "Although I've temporarily eliminated the biggest threat to you, I don't know if anyone else wants to harm you. It's not safe out there right now." Hearing him say that, Arya fell silent. "But if I stay here, I still have to take that unknown medicine, and the fact that I stabbed Damien is a ticking time bomb between us. If I just take his word for it and stay here, it's very dangerous. I need to find other people to verify my identity." Going outside might be dangerous, but if I continue to be trapped in this cage, controlled and used by Damien, I'll never remember my past. With that, she said, agree to it quickly or I'll... She pulled his gun from his holster and pressed it to her forehead. I'll die right here and now, I mean it. Damien was frantic. Don't be rash, put the gun down. Defeated, he finally agreed. But you have to promise me one thing. What condition? So the wolf is finally showing his true colors. His real purpose is about to be revealed. He said, I hope you'll promise me that when you're out there, you'll protect yourself. I'll be at home waiting for you to come back. Hearing his sincere words, she still couldn't bring herself to believe him. Sorry, I have to break my promise. I'm not going back to that big, beautiful cage. Lately, I've been dreaming of a house. I have a feeling that if I go there again, I'll definitely remember something. In my dreams, the house is in the southern part of the city. I also took Damien's gun, so I should be fine. As she drove, she thought back to his words. He told me to protect myself and that he'd wait for me to come home. Was he being sincere? Suddenly, a huge truck barreled toward her car. A few seconds later, there was a loud explosion and her car was sent flying, bursting into flames. Arya felt herself about to pass out. The guards outside the villa wouldn't know I drove off. Damien wouldn't use a move like this, unless there's a mole in the villa. Just as the attackers were about to finish her off with their guns, another shot rang out. Bang! To Arya's astonishment, a young man whistled as he approached her wrecked car and slowly opened the door. Hello, Ari. One of Damien's men asked, Boss, is it really okay to let Arya go like that? She has a lot of enemies. What if she gets into trouble? I've spread a rumor that the Sovereign's seal is in her hands. As long as she's alive, the seal has a chance of seeing the light of day. The Sovereign's seal was the mark of the leader of the General Syndicate, representing their authority over all the other syndicates. It was rumored to hold a great secret. The seal had been missing since the death of the previous leader, and the current one, without it, lacked true legitimacy. Subordinate said, Then Ms. Arya probably won't be hunted down by her enemies. We can rest easy. Damien said, Even if she's captured, I can rescue her. Unless that psycho. It seemed that on Arya's end, she had just met that psycho. The young man who had just saved her lit a cigarette and laughed menacingly. Arya, long time no see. Why do you look so pathetic, like some common woman? I put a few extra rounds into those bodies. This time I shot them in the head, making sure no one was left alive. Arya looked at his psychopathic smile and thought, he has such an irresponsible smile, killing so many people. Psychopath isn't enough to describe him. How do I even know this guy? No matter, for now, I have to act like we're old friends. She forced a smile. Long time no see. The young man glanced at her. You're acting strange. Did that accident give you amnesia? If Ari forgets me, I'll be heartbroken. It would be like I no longer have a reason to exist. You're mistaken. I don't have amnesia, I'm just a little slow to react. As she spoke, she grabbed a piece of broken metal and stabbed it into his neck, then opened the door and ran. Goodbye and good riddance. Too dangerous. I've really pissed off a psycho this time. I have to get away from him. As she ran, a pop sound made her freeze, and she collapsed. Haha, now that's the Ari I know. Too bad you forgot to finish the job. But it's been a while since we've played like this. Come to my place today and we can slowly catch up. Meanwhile, Leo was with Zoe. The scenery here is beautiful. When I was a kid, my dad used to bring me here. My dad was a retired soldier, my mom was a... Suddenly, Zoe flashed back to a childhood memory. Her father owed people money, and they came to collect. While they were torturing him, one of them discovered her hiding in a closet. The memory made her freeze. Leo asked, Sophie, are you okay? Why are you suddenly crying? It's nothing. Just got emotional from the scenery, remembered some old things. It's all my fault, he said. It's okay. Having you here now is enough. With that, she leaned in and kissed him passionately. But this passionate kiss was witnessed by someone in a nearby white car. So it's him? Arya was lying on the floor, dazed. I'm not dead? Was that a rubber bullet? The young man approached her, smiling. So it really is my cruel Ari? Ari, you hit me pretty hard, you know? It really hurts. It's okay. Arya said, A monster like you won't die that easily. She thought, this guy knows me. He might be able to give me more useful information. For now, I'll have to go along with him. In the car, the young man was whining as he drove. Ari, making an injured person drive is so cruel. Cut the crap. I already treated your wound. Good thing I had Victoria to give me a rough idea of who I was before I lost my memory. Now I can just act like myself. As long as this psycho doesn't find out I have amnesia, I'll be safe. But as they drove, she saw Leo kissing a girl. Is that his girlfriend? What's he doing here? The young man beside her said, Look at that, a couple setting off fireworks. This place is so deserted, it's convenient for certain activities. Convenient for what? Arya asked, silently cursing. I didn't realize this psycho had such a dirty mind. He replied, convenient for dumping a body after a kill. Arya was speechless. Can this guy's thoughts ever be normal? He asked, want to stop and say hi to your old friend? No need, just keep driving. I can't believe I ran into Leo here, but he's Damien's man. It's better if I don't see him. They arrived at the psycho's place. Inside, he said, as expected of Aerie, your bandaging skills are as good as mine. She forced a laugh. Ha ha, you get good at it after being sick for a long time. She looked around, sizing up the place. He has a full set of medical equipment. There's a pharmacy and a lab for making drugs. Is this psycho a doctor? He asked, Ari, want to take a shower? Arya was taken aback. He says that so casually. Are we that close? She said awkwardly. Showering at your place seems a bit inconvenient. Seeing her reaction, he was shocked. Are you shy? Heavens, you don't actually think I'd peek at you while you're showering, do you? She said, I wasn't thinking that. What are you getting so worked up about? From his reaction, we're probably just normal friends, no funny business. He laughed his creepy laugh again. But a man and a woman in a secluded place? It could be interesting. Arya gave him a look of utter disbelief. He stretched and continued. The most perfect way is to run the water while cutting. The bathwater washes away the blood, all the evidence of the crime. Very convenient. Arya finally understood. Is his mind always on killing? This psycho only has one desire, and that's murder, isn't it? He smiled. Oh right, there's something, come with me. The formula for this drug is a bit complicated, and the ingredients are hard to find. The counterfeit version will still take another week to make, so I can't deliver it on time. I'll give you a 10% discount. She took the pill, thinking, so this psycho and I are partners in the drug business. She then took out the pill she'd been taking at the villa. Help me find out the components of this medicine. He smiled. A drug from Ari is definitely a big moneymaker. Go wait for me in the study upstairs. 15 minutes should be enough. Soon she went up to the study. As she was looking around, he finished his analysis. Well, what is it? He said, it's a nerve supplement, good for the brain. In short, it's for treating amnesia. Hearing that, she was stunned. It's really a medicine for amnesia? So Damien wasn't trying to harm me. He continued, this drug is for a very niche group. Even counterfeiting it wouldn't be profitable. Who's taking this? Don't tell me it's you? Arya felt a pang of guilt, but she quickly covered it up. Of course not, it's for a friend. He added, this calligraphy, you gave it to me. It has both our names on it. A really nice memento. She was confused. My name is on it? The handwriting looked familiar. This must be my handwriting. That's right. I wrote it. Hearing her say that, he burst out laughing and held a knife to her throat. Then what's my name? How could Arya possibly remember his name? She tried to stay calm. He's suspecting me. If I can't answer, I'm dead. I'll count to 3. Put the knife away. She started counting down from 3. Hearing her count, he retracted the knife. Don't be so tense, I just wanted you to say my name. Stop it, you're being creepy. We really don't get along. I trust my instincts. Even if I didn't have amnesia, I'm sure I wouldn't be saying his name. She turned to leave. Seeing her turn her back, he pleaded, don't be so heartless. She said coldly, get lost. I'm going to bed. But she glanced back at the calligraphy on the wall. She had a feeling that if she couldn't say his name, she'd have to sleep with one eye open. The word sales, is that his name? The moment I saw that familiar writing style, I felt like I remembered something. His name definitely isn't Sales. Good night, Silas, she said. Silas smiled. Arya said my name. She had written Sales on the wall, which is simply an anagram for Silas. She must have intentionally used a pun when she wrote it. That night in the villa, Arya lay in bed, missing the comfortable bed at Damien's place and even his goodnight services. Suddenly she heard a sound from downstairs. She got up and went to the basement to check it out. Why isn't the door locked? She peeked inside and saw Silas with a collection of mummified corpses. The horrifying sight hit her like a hammer. Her head throbbed, and then the memories she had tried so hard to forget came rushing back. When she was 8, her father left with another woman, leaving the place they called home. Her mother worked herself to the bone to raise her, always saying her father was just temporarily confused, that he loved them and would come back soon. Then, her mother fell ill from overwork. With no food in the house and no money, she had to go out and find medicine for her mother. After begging at many pharmacies, she finally found a kind person who gave her some. When she got home, her mother was still asleep. She called and called, but her mother wouldn't wake up. Her mother's mouth was clenched shut, and it took a lot of effort to get the medicine in. After taking the medicine, her fever went down and her body cooled, but she was sure her mother would wake up soon. A few days later, a group of people came to take her mother's body away. "Don't touch my mom! She took her medicine! She's going to be fine! Get out!" Perhaps the smell from not bathing for days had attracted them. They wanted to take her mother away, but she fought with all her might. Her mother hadn't been able to wait for her father to come back, and they couldn't leave. After that, she was taken to a place called an orphanage. Then a kind man came to adopt her. "My dear, I will help you bury your mother. From now on, come with me. This is my nephew. You two will be friends." A little boy said, "Hello." That little boy was Damien. They grew up together. Something happened, and Damien was frantically saying, "Don't you dare fall asleep. Open your eyes." Arya, covered in blood, said, "At least I'm not the person you hate the most. Leave me alone, just go." Damien said, "If we run together. If we die together. In this world, you're the only one I like. If we can get out of this, you have to be my wife." Sometime later, they were playing under a tree. Damien said, "I haven't closed the lid yet. No peeking. What's the big deal? It's for me anyway. But it's not for you now. It's for the future you. You can only see it in 15 years. Do you think this time capsule will last that long?" "It will. Did you put a lot of important things inside? I'm not telling you." "Then let's make a promise. In 15 years, we'll come back here and dig up this time capsule." "Arya, what kind of people will we be in 15 years? Will we still be as close as we are now, always together?" "Of course, pinky swear." "I will protect and support you. Arya will never betray you. Damien is the most important person in my life." But when they were grown up, something had changed. Arya's voice was cold. "I told you not to block my path. Anyone who dares to stand in my way will die. Damien, that includes you." The Damien she had promised to protect forever. She had been the one to cut him down. What a long dream. She shot up in bed, calling his name. "Damien!" Silas's voice came from the side. "Ari, calling another man's name in my bed is a bit much, don't you think? Why are you here? You fainted in front of my secret room last night, so I carried you to my bed. The stuff in that room must have been quite a shock, right? If it were anyone else, they'd already be a part of my collection in there." She asked, "Do you know of an island covered in pale pink cherry blossoms?" "No, but I can take you to the docks to ask." "Never mind, I'll go myself. I owe you for last night. I'll repay you when I get the chance. I'm leaving now." "Hey, Ari, you're just going to leave me all alone? We haven't seen each other in so long. Why not stay a few more days?" "I can't. The villa with the courtyard where I used to live was Silas's home. Next, it's time to go to the island from my dreams." She went to the docks and asked around. "Hello, I'd like to ask if there's an island nearby with lots of pale pink cherry blossoms." "You mean Crimson Wave Island? That island has the time capsule I buried under the tree. It might help me recover more of my memories. $1,000 and I'll take you there on my boat." She quickly boarded the boat. A young man also got on, saying, "I'll pay triple, just take me along. All right, get on. We're about to leave." The man quickly found a seat. She thought his figure looked familiar. As they were sailing, the young man asked, "Are you going the wrong way? This isn't the route to Crimson Wave Island." "Hut the crap. I took your money, of course I'm taking you to the right place." Arya said, "You're taking him to the right place, what about me?" "My dear, someone wants to see you. It's not dangerous, I hope you'll cooperate." With that, 3 men from behind approached her. "Be good, don't run. We're just taking you over there." "Just you guys are going to take me?" Arya quickly drew a gun and fired. Bang! Bang! "How about I send you guys on your way?" The men were terrified. Just as she ran out of bullets, the boat captain pointed a gun at her head. "Shit, you're out of ammo, aren't you?" Before he could shoot, another man pointed a gun at his head. "Not quite. Drop your weapon and tell your men to stand down." The captain sneered. "There are a dozen of us. You think you can kill us all? We're in the middle of the ocean. How are you going to escape?" The man in the hood was Damien. He said, "You're the ones who need to get lost. I'll give you 1 minute. Either jump into the sea and run or die." Both of them realized it was Damien. Why is he here? Damien said, "I brought enough ammo today to kill everyone on this boat. If you don't want to die, get lost." Arya's emotions were in turmoil. It had only been a day, but she had missed him so much. The captain said, "I'll settle this debt with you sooner or later." Then he and his men left. Arya said, "You're just letting them go like that? Doesn't seem like your style. So I should kill them all, including you? You're a hot commodity right now. Everyone's looking for you." They probably never dreamed that a fat piece of meat would just walk right into their mouths. She said, "I was trying to get to a place, the only place you can get to from this dock, but I accidentally got on a pirate ship. It's a beautiful place with pale pink flowers blooming everywhere." She glanced at him. "Damien, you're not holding a grudge about me stabbing you and stealing from you? Why did you bring me home and treat my wounds? Wouldn't it be much faster to just threaten me instead of treating me with such tenderness? Damien looked down thoughtfully. Arya, in your world, is personal gain the only thing that matters? Yes. Then what would you do? She smiled. If someone took something very important from me and stabbed me, I would definitely get revenge. I'd hunt them to the ends of the earth. And if it was someone close who betrayed me, I'd be even less forgiving. Damien said, so if you were the one who betrayed and hurt someone else, would you want them to get revenge on you in the same way? If you make a bet, you have to accept the loss. If you dare to do evil, you have to bear the consequences. Even if I were killed by someone close to me, I would deserve it. That's right, he thought. This is the Arya I know. He said, let's go back to the cabin. I'll take you to that place. You know where I want to go? Let me guess. An island full of pink flowers, a place that holds your memories, and a time capsule. As they were talking, the boat captain from before threw a bomb onto their boat. Boom! The boss's stuff hasn't been found yet, and you're just going to let them die? We heard from the listening device that Arya was going to Crimson Wave Island to find a treasure, so that girl is useless now. Arya was struggling to stay afloat in the sea. But in that critical moment, Damien used all his strength to save her. She could vaguely feel him saving her, but couldn't open her eyes. Soon, Arya washed up on the shore of an island, saved by Damien. I'm still alive? This looks like an island. But where's Damien? Is he dead? The thought made her curl up into a ball. He probably drowned trying to save me. He took such good care of me, genuinely wanted me to regain my memory, and I still suspected him. If not for me, he wouldn't have been dragged into this. He clearly meant me no harm, but I was always suspicious. I still can't remember anything. I'm so useless. First, I need to see if there's any food and water around here. She started walking around. After a while, she saw something up ahead. She squinted, her eyes widening. In front of her was a wooden house and the pink flowered tree from her dreams. This was it. The thugs from earlier were plotting something. You guys all said the hyena was so scary, but today you saw it with your own eyes. I killed Arya myself. Yeah, she's just a clueless woman. How can she compare to the boss? Shut up, let me call the boss. Huh, why isn't he picking up? What's going on? I can't move. Then all his men clutched their stomachs in pain. Silas appeared, saying, don't worry, I just gave them a little something when you weren't looking. Now tell me, where was Arya going? You think trash like you is worthy of killing Arya? She owes me another favor now. And just like that, another group of people was wiped out by Silas's gun. Arya entered the wooden house. Is anyone here? Looking around, she felt that no one was there, but the place felt familiar in an unexplainable way. Every corner, every object seemed to hold a trace of her existence. There was a TV and a videotape with her name on it. She put the tape in. The video showed her and Damien as kids, playing together. Hee, come look at this! Damien, what are you doing? Are you wearing a dress? Huh, is that me as a kid? At that time, she was chasing after Damien, saying, let me give you a hug. If not, I'll pull your dress off. Don't. Ha ha, Arya is so mischievous. You're not fair. You clearly like Arya more. Don't talk nonsense. He's your uncle. Watching the video, she unconsciously started crying. Damien's voice from the video said, Arya, don't forget our secret under the tree. Hearing that, Arya was stunned. Our secret? That's right, it must be that place, the memories that belong to us. She quickly found the tree and started digging. After a while, she found the 2 secret boxes from long ago. It's really the time capsule. She opened it and looked at the pictures inside. The 3 of them looked so happy. And there was a letter from Damien. This is a letter for the future you. In the future, I want to be taller than you, and I want to marry you. If you don't agree, I'll still always be by your side. If you get a husband, I'll steal you away and hide you somewhere else. That way, we can be together. Also, I want to tell you a secret. I feel like the chairman likes you more. He always says you're smart and brave. Even though I feel jealous, I still choose to like you. I hope that one day in the future we can be together. After reading the letter, she burst into tears. Damien, are you really dead? I miss you so much. Sob. After crying for a while, she checked what she had put in her time capsule. As she opened it, her eyes widened. It's the sovereign's seal. Why is it here? It was in my time capsule. Who put it here? While she was still in shock, Silas found her. Ari, so you're not dead after all. I was worried. I thought you and Damien had been eaten by fish. Seeing Silas, she quickly hid the sovereign's seal. Silas saw her dazed expression. What are you doing? I can't let Silas find out I have the sovereign's seal. Silas laughed. Haha, looking at a time capsule? Reminiscing about the past? The Arya I know isn't this weak. Lately, you haven't been acting like yourself at all. Arya stared at him for a few seconds. then pretended to put her hair up, conveniently hiding the sovereign's seal in her bun. Why are you here? Are you following me? I was worried about you, okay? Your body has been completely transformed by me into a collection of dried corpses, so if there's an accident and it gets damaged, it won't be pretty. Like that Damien guy, eaten by fish until he's unrecognizable. Since you're digging this hole anyway, you might as well use it to bury him. Arya's eyes sharpened. You saw Damien? So what if I did? Where is he? Dead. His body is over there. It's an eyesore. Hurry up and bury him. Sure enough, in the distance, Damien was lying there, barely breathing. Soon Arya had brought him into the house to care for him. After a while, he groggily woke up and instinctively grabbed her hand. Who is it? It's me. Seeing her, he smiled. Arya, you saved me. Before she could react, he pulled her into a hug. That's great. You were worried about me? Why? You don't want me to die? She said, be careful of your wound. Just as they were having a moment, Silas walked in, hands on his hips, grumbling. Hey, get your hands off her or I'll throw you to the fish. You can try. As he spoke, he held onto Arya even tighter. Arya blushed at the direct contact with his skin. Damien said, if you have the guts, come and take her. Silas said, Ari, get out of the way. Arya yelled, that's enough! Both of you, shut up! Silas, stop messing around! Silas put on a hurt expression. Ari, you're being mean to me for him? Does he mean more to you than I do? Arya said, that's not it. See, I'm very important to Ari, did you hear that? Arya said helplessly, I didn't say that. Silas smiled. You probably know me, right? For the past year, Ari and I have been together. Before he could finish, Damien cut him off. Her most important partner. Anyone can be a partner and can easily be replaced. Not to mention you've only known each other for a year. As for us, Silas yelled, if you've known each other for so long, why did you break up? Damien said, but she was still willing to save me. Silas was furious. He continued, the one who saved you was me. The wound on your thigh is bandaged with my jacket. Damien was at a loss for words. Silas smiled. What, disgusted? If you have the guts, take it off. Arya was tired of their childish bickering. But Damien was the same as when he was a kid. He said, well, she was the one who told you to save me. Silas said, you think just because you were saved, everything will be fine? Feeling hot, aren't you? Your wound is getting infected. There's no medicine here. If your fever doesn't break tonight, even if you don't die, you'll be burned into an idiot. Then, Arya and I can bury you together. The men who wanted to kill Arya were plotting. Arya and Damien must have had backup, but they couldn't have gone far. Search the surrounding area. Bring more weapons and don't let them get back. The next morning, Silas yawned tiredly. This is so annoying. He helped Damien up, grumbling, I had to stay up all night taking care of you, and now you look so refreshed. I didn't ask you to take care of me. Silas yelled, don't think I don't know you want to be alone with Arya. I advise you to be a little more polite. I'm not just your savior, you're also going to be leaving on my boat later. While they were arguing, Arya pointed to the other side. Silas, there's a fire over there. Is that your boat? It was. Silas's boat was engulfed in flames out at sea. Arya surveyed the situation. There are too many of them, and we don't have any weapons. How are we supposed to fight? Damien said, there's a basement under the house. Let's retreat in there first. Soon, the attackers were approaching the house with guns drawn. In the basement, Silas was complaining. What kind of tiny cellar is this? If they block us in, we'll all die together. Ari, let's leave this cripple here. Don't let him drag us down. The two of us can definitely find a way out. Damien held a lamp. If you want to live, don't drag Ari down. Let's go. Hey, you two, slow down. As they passed a mechanism, Damien quickly pressed a spot on the wall, causing a partition to fall, blocking them off. After blocking Silas, Arya asked, confused, did you just activate a mechanism? Yeah, Silas was getting on my nerves. It seems like he doesn't know you have amnesia, right? She said, I don't want anyone else to know. It's a weakness, after all. Damien smiled. Anyone else? He bit her finger playfully. I definitely won't tell anyone else. Just then, the attackers broke into the secret basement. After them, don't let them escape. Oh no, they're catching up. Soon there was a loud crash as the wall broke down. Damien quickly pulled her into an embrace, shielding her. Careful, the wall is collapsing. There's definitely someone in there. So it's Damien. Haha, what a coincidence. Yeah, what a coincidence. With that, Arya activated another mechanism, making the wall shake violently. Large rocks rained down on the attackers. Damien, are you okay? Yeah, good thing you ran ahead before activating the mechanism. She said, there aren't many of them. They must be the ones who were chasing Silas. Your wound is bleeding. He said, there's no time, let's go, but your leg. Before they could figure out what to do, someone else entered. From a distance, they looked impressive. As the smoke cleared, the person who emerged was Silas. He laughed arrogantly. Arya, seeing you in such good spirits puts my mind at ease. I don't have to worry about collecting your corpse anymore. Then he taunted Damien. But you look pretty rough. Damien said, still better than you, running away in the middle of a battle. Whenever they met, they would argue. Silas screamed, I was luring those assassins away. Arya said, are they all dead? Let's take their boat and get off this island quickly. I want to go back and find out who wants me dead so badly. After they got out, Damien said, it's not safe outside. Why don't you come back to my place? Okay, Silas said. Don't be ridiculous. What right do you have to invite her? The right of a husband. What husband? Does Arya even want to marry you? Don't tell me you agreed. He's a ruthless, ambitious bastard. Arya was flustered. Damien said, don't be so quick to refuse. You could consider marrying me. It would be more beneficial for you than not. Soon they were on a boat heading back. On the shore, Leo and his men were waiting. The boss is back. But what happened to your leg? It's nothing, just a minor wound. Damien said to Arya, I'm going to get my wound treated. Think about it carefully and find me whenever you're ready. Silas said irritably, Ari, come to my place! No, I have something to do. My amnesia is probably related to the Sovereign's seal. It's not safe to keep it with me. I need to find a place to hide it. That night at Damien's villa, Arya quickly snuck inside. As she was looking for a place to hide the Sovereign's seal, she thought, the darkest place is under the lamp. Hiding it near Damien might be safer. Just then, she heard footsteps. Is he back? Sure enough, Damien and Leo returned. Seeing the open window, they realized someone had broken in. Leo turned on the lights, drew his gun, and aimed it at the bathroom door. Come out! Arya stepped out of the bathroom, startling Leo and making him blush. She was wrapped in a towel. I just wanted to borrow your shower. Damien's face darkened. Get out! Yes, sir. As soon as Leo left, Damien pushed her against the wall. Arya, what are you really up to? Tell me the truth! She wrapped her arms around his neck. You don't understand why I'm here? I agree to what you said earlier today. Damien was stunned. You agree to marry me? Yes. She hugged him, thinking, even though I haven't recovered my memory, he's still the most trustworthy person. But more than him, I have to trust myself. Until I find out why I hid the Sovereign's seal in the past, I can't let Damien know about it. Damien also understood. She's hiding something, but that's fine. I'll find out everything eventually. For now, it's enough that you've agreed to marry me. He lifted her onto the desk, about to kiss her, when she said, wait, I have one more condition. What is it? I want a grand engagement ceremony. In reality, she wanted a party like that to meet people she used to know, which might help her remember things. He said, of course you deserve the most perfect ceremony. Then what are you waiting for? Get to preparing. Right now, yes, right now. When Leo heard that the boss wanted to marry Arya, he was shocked. What? You want to marry that she-devil? Damien said, Leo, watch your tone. Leo said, boss, even if you're not going to hold a grudge about her stabbing you, what about him? Have you forgotten how he died? He said, there might be more to the chairman's death than we know. Leo said, she has the Sovereign's seal, and there are witnesses who have confirmed it. If it wasn't her, who was it? He said, in any case, I need an engagement ceremony. Get it ready. Yes, sir. That night at Zoe's house, she was watching TV. Seeing the couple on screen flirting, she thought, these lines are pretty good. I can use them to trick that idiot Leo next time. Just then Leo called. Hey Leo, why are you calling Sophie so late? What engagement party? Who's it for? It's for my boss and his amnesiac friend. Hearing that, Zoe felt like she had been struck by lightning. Leo asked, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I thought it was you. Leo laughed. Haha, us? You want to... Zoe said, I want to organize your boss's engagement party. Leave it to me. From the outfits to the venue, I guarantee I'll make it perfect. Okay, so about us. Before he could finish, she hung up. Zoe was furious. That scumbag! Daring to trick my boss into marriage while she has amnesia? You just wait! Soon the engagement ceremony was ready. Arya had just tried on a stunning fiery red dress. As she was admiring herself in the mirror, a girl walked in. I'm here to bring another dress for you to try. Arya quickly realized this person was not an employee. She walked over, pulled off the wig, and said, You're not an employee here. Talk. What's your purpose for getting close to me? As expected of the boss. Even with amnesia, you're still so vigilant. I'm here to get you out. You absolutely cannot marry Damien. You two have a blood feud. A few minutes later, Damien pushed open the door. Arya, are you done trying on clothes? There was no answer from inside the dressing room. Zoe said, Our people are providing backup outside. Boss, let's go. Arya was torn. Should she trust this girl or hand her over to Damien? Seeing her hesitate, he called her name again. Just then, he heard a faint voice from inside. He moved closer. What's going on? As he was about to pull back the curtain, Arya stepped out, smiling brightly. I'm fine, just not done trying on clothes yet. Haha. Damien was still suspicious. Come here, let me help you with the zipper, okay? She hugged him. What are you waiting for? Zip me up. Damien thought the dress was too revealing. He said, What's there to try on? This dress is too revealing, too plain, no need to try it again. Take it off? Or do you want me to help you? Inside, Zoe saw this and cursed under her breath. This pervert, all he thinks about is sex. How dare he defile my boss? I can't take it anymore. I have to go out there and deal with him. She started to step out. But Arya sensed the movement. She quickly pulled Damien into a kiss, confusing him. Even Zoe was startled. But seeing Arya wave her hand, signaling her to leave, Zoe obediently retreated. Damien heard the noise. What was that sound? What other sound? It's the sound of you kissing me, of course. Look, you've wrinkled my dress. What now? Take it off. You can wear it at home just for me from now on. Just then, someone knocked on the door. Boss, Ms. Victoria is here. She's causing a scene, says she needs to see you right away. Not seeing her, send her away. Arya said, Let's see her. I want to know what she's here for. Come on, help me with my belt and we'll go out there. He said, Let her wait. Victoria, tired of waiting outside, started yelling again. Did you tell him? Why isn't he here yet? A moment later, Damien came out. Seeing him, Victoria's eyes lit up. Damien, you're finally here. I heard you're marrying Arya. Have you forgotten that she killed your uncle? You're marrying your enemy? Arya, about to step out, froze when she heard this. I killed Damien's uncle? The man who adopted me? Did I really do that? So Zoe was telling the truth. We have a blood feud. A few memories flashed back, causing her head to throb, and she fainted. Time she was running away. And Damien said, Arya, you don't have to run. She said, Someone has identified me as the one who killed the chairman, and the sovereign's seal is in my hands. If I don't run, should I wait for Marcus to kill me? Get out of my way, don't block my path. Just then, a group of people was chasing after her. See? If I go back, you know what will happen to me. Arya, please trust me. Come back with me, I'll protect you. I will investigate the truth and clear your name. She said coldly, Don't come any closer. I don't need your help. He said, If you leave, you'll be convicted of killing the chairman. If you didn't do it, then stay and face it with me. She was still defiant. I already told you, don't block my path. Anyone who stands in my way will die. Damien, that includes you. The bloody dream made her wake up with a start, and she clung to him. He comforted her. It's okay, I'm here. It was just a nightmare. Take your medicine to calm down. She thought, I remember he used to be so guarded around me. If I'm the enemy who killed his uncle, his past complexity makes sense. But now? Is the tenderness he's showing me now genuine, or does he have some hidden motive? He noticed her staring. Why are you looking at me like that? She said, I noticed you're giving me medicine differently than before. I have to stay vigilant until I understand his purpose. He said, Are you upset because I was rough with you last time? Or are you hoping I'll be gentler next time? Not likely. After hearing what Victoria said, don't you have any questions for me? She hugged him and smiled. I know she's trying to drive a wedge between us, so I don't believe her. Good, don't believe anyone. I know because I only trust myself. I'll slowly uncover the truth about the past. The next day, she went to see Zoe again. Zoe quickly drew a diagram on a whiteboard and explained everything. The 4 major syndicates are the Phoenix, the Azure Dragon, the Kirin, and the Black Tortoise. The leader of the Black Tortoise has always been the overall chairman, so it's called the General Syndicate. Damien's uncle was the chairman who was suddenly killed 2 years ago. The Sovereign's seal also went missing, and Marcus, the vice chairman of the Black Tortoise, temporarily took over. While investigating the truth behind the former chairman's death, a witness identified you, who had just taken over the Phoenix Syndicate, as the one trying to seize power. Arya said, So the Sovereign's seal just happened to appear in my hands and I was framed for it? Exactly. The loss of the Sovereign's seal couldn't be made public, so you were secretly wanted by the top brass of the Syndicate. After a while, our group of brothers was recruited to take back control of the Phoenix Syndicate. Arya said, I must have reached some kind of agreement with them or convinced them, which is why we've maintained this appearance of peace. Zoe, help me investigate the witness who identified me and the details of the former chairman's death. Yes, the boss already gave those instructions before. Arya thought, So, the former chairman's death really has nothing to do with me. Then who's the killer? Damien was talking to Marcus. The people who chased me on the island a few days ago were your men, weren't they, Marcus? Are you trying to take over the Azure Dragon Syndicate by eliminating me? Of course not, why would you think that? The former chairman and I were good brothers, and you and Victoria are like family to me. How could I harm my own family? But Arya is the one who killed the former chairman. Marrying her is tantamount to opposing the syndicate. Even if you are family, I will not tolerate it. With that, one of his men pointed a gun at Damien's head. Mr. Damien, you know what to do. Don't make things difficult for Mr. Marcus. Marcus said, do you want to be a part of my family? Or do you want to betray me and become an enemy of the syndicate? That evening, Arya returned to the villa. As she opened the door, Damien pulled her inside. Why aren't the lights on? I came back and you weren't here. Where did you go? She said, I didn't finish trying on my engagement dress last time. I tried on a few more today and ordered them. He said, don't go out for the next few days. Why? Are you trying to imprison me again? No, I just don't want anything to happen before we get engaged. Why do you say that? Is something wrong? Damien frowned, noticing someone outside. He said, it's nothing. Just afraid my fiancé will suddenly change her mind and not want to marry me. Or maybe... He wrapped his arms around her waist and lifted her up. I should tire you out so you can't go out? What do you think? He bit her ear and whispered, hold on tight. Ah, don't bite, be gentle. The person watching them from outside saw this and ran off. Knowing he was gone, she said, he's gone now. Put me down. Can you tell me what's going on? He said, you've recovered some of your memories lately, haven't you? Do you remember the sovereign's seal? The next day, Arya went to the place where she had hidden the sovereign's seal. As she was about to open it, a knife flew toward her, but she quickly dodged it. It was Silas. Your reflexes are as sharp as ever. Looks like Damien hasn't turned you into a domestic pet after all. Silas, what are you doing here? I'm here to deliver some news. Your engagement party is tomorrow. Do you know what your fiancé was up to today? Silas played a recording for her. It was the conversation between Marcus and Damien from earlier. Arya is the killer. Marrying her is opposing the syndicate. Even if you are family, I will not tolerate it. You're worrying too much, Marcus. I won't betray the syndicate for a woman. I'm only getting engaged to her to find out the whereabouts of the sovereign's seal. If that's the case, get engaged to my daughter, Victoria. I trust you can find the sovereign's seal before your engagement to Arya and then deal with her. He said, I'm marrying her to gain her trust and find the sovereign's seal. So I have no objections to your arrangement, Marcus, but I have one condition. He snatched the gun from the subordinate and said, I can get engaged to Victoria, but Bruno's Kirin cartel must be handed over to me. After all, a son-in-law is more reliable than a dog, don't you think, father-in-law? Done. As long as you marry Victoria, the Kirin cartel is yours. Silas said, did you hear that? Do you know where Damien is right now? He's getting engaged to Victoria, and he's using the hotel you chose to host the party you were looking forward to. Or maybe Victoria is even wearing the dress you tried on. Seeing her walk away in silence, Silas asked, what are you doing? Don't tell me you're going to kill that dog and bitch? Let me help you. As she opened the door, Leo was there with a gun. The boss's orders, you're not allowed to leave this place. Please go back. Then Leo saw Silas. Who are you? How did you get in here? Silas said, you have a bodyguard? So it's true. I am imprisoned again. Damien, you lied to me. At a church, Damien and Victoria were walking down the aisle. Please exchange rings. Mr. Damien, do you take Ms. Victoria to be your wife? Damien hesitated, unwilling to speak. Just then a gunshot rang out, hitting the officiant. Bang! Everyone freeze! I've surrounded the place! It was Bruno. He said, Damien, if you want to take my Kirin cartel, you'll have to step over my dead body. Back at the villa, Leo fired a shot at a vase. That gunshot will attract others here. I advise you not to act rashly. Arya laughed. Ha ha, Mr. Leo. It looks like the ones who were attracted here aren't your subordinates. As she finished speaking, a loud voice made Leo freeze. Drop your weapon! The familiar voice belonged to Zoe. Leo turned around, even more shocked. The person standing in front of him was his girlfriend. How can it be you? Seeing her, Leo was stunned, his guard down. Silas knocked him out with a single blow. Seeing Leo like that, Zoe called his name in concern. Leo! Silas said, don't be tense, little sister. I just knocked him out. What's wrong? Heartbroken. Zoe's mind was in turmoil, a pang of sorrow making her freeze. Arya asked, Zoe, are you and Leo really together? Zoe said, what do we do next? Arya said, I want to go somewhere. Where? To the engagement party, of course, to congratulate Damien. Hurry up, the good show is about to end. Understood. Boss, you go ahead. I'll cover you. At the church, there was news of an explosion that had injured many people. It's terrible. So many people are hurt. Looks like someone planned to crash the engagement party. Let's go see. Inside the party, Marcus said, that guy Bruno has gone crazy. This must be hard on you. Yeah. Just then, Arya walked in, calling his name. Damien! Before he could react, she slapped him across the face. Victoria said, what are you doing? Arya said, are you going to hide behind this woman and not say a word to me? Damien was silent for a few seconds, then said, "You've seen everything. What else is there to say?" Victoria said, "He's my fiancé now. He has nothing to do with you. You have no right to criticize him. Please leave our engagement party." Arya said, "Hey, your fiancé and this engagement party. A few hours ago, they were mine. As someone who's been in his past, let me advise you not to trust this man too much. To achieve his goals, he'll stoop to any level. He will never truly love you." Victoria was furious and swung her hand to slap Arya. "How dare you curse me!" But the badass queen wasn't going to be hit that easily. Arya easily caught her hand. "What? Eager for a beating?" Victoria was livid. "What are you so proud of?" Damien said, "Marcus, we shouldn't get violent today. Let her go." Arya said, "Today is just a warning. I won't let the person who deceived me live a better life than me." Marcus's subordinate reported, "The men sent to capture Bruno came back empty-handed." Marcus said, "He's the leader of the Kirin cartel after all. How could he be captured so easily? But he's a fool. He was so easily provoked by Damien. Another useful pawn wasted. Over the years, Damien has really made me see him in a new light. Demanding the Kirin cartel, provoking Bruno, pausing the engagement. Step by step, he's defying my arrangements. A weak, indecisive waste. When did he turn into a wolf? A pity, no matter how ruthless, he can't escape the hunter's gun." As Marcus was leaving with his subordinate, Arya called out, "Marcus!" He turned around. "You're still here? I was waiting for you. You've been chasing me for so long because you want the Sovereign's seal, right? Want to cooperate with me?" Cooperate? "Yes, I want to crush Damien under my heel. When it's done, I'll hand over the Sovereign's seal with both hands." He was silent for a few seconds, then said, "You want my help?" He burst out laughing. "Ha ha ha ha. I might have wanted the Sovereign's seal before, but now I'm firmly seated as the chairman. With or without it, it makes no difference. To me, eliminating a major threat like you is more important." Arya said, "Ever since you took over as chairman, your relationship with the political world has been tense. Have you ever considered where the problem lies?" "What do you mean?" She said, "The Sovereign Seal is important to the syndicate. It's not just a symbol of the chairman's status. It also holds a dark political secret." A memory from a few days ago flashed back. Damien said, "You've recovered some of your memories lately, right? Do you remember the Sovereign Seal? Whether you remember it or not, I hope you remember my words carefully. I need you to relay these words to him. Marcus is the acting leader of the syndicate. When he took over, he held the Sovereign Seal to prove his status. The Sovereign Seal is your lifeline. The fact that he's constantly targeting you proves that it's indispensable to him. You must continue to make him wary of you or make him need you." Arya said, "So, want to cooperate now?" Marcus was still stubborn. "Nonsense. How do I know you're not tricking me? But there is something that's been troubling me lately. Go and prove your words." After that, at the Phoenix Syndicate headquarters, Zoe said, "This is what the boss wanted me to investigate." Just then, Damien and Leo barged in. Despite being blocked, the two girls' eyes widened as they saw them. The subordinate said to Arya, "Sorry, boss, I couldn't stop them." Arya said, "You guys can go outside." Now, only the four of them were in the room. Damien said, "Can we talk?" Leo also said to Zoe, "Can you talk to me too?" Soon, the two couples had split off to talk privately. "Arya, you're the only one I like. Please forgive me." "Damien, you make me sick. We're over." "Fine, I get it." As he spoke, she glanced outside. She thought for a few seconds, then said, "Are you sure this will convince Marcus that we've completely broken up?" He smiled. "Marcus is a suspicious man. If we avoided each other after last time, he'd think we were up to something. But if I come here and bother you, it'll prove that we've completely broken up. Most importantly, it'll lure out how many spies Marcus still has in your Phoenix Syndicate and my Azure Dragon Syndicate. Now that he's received news of me coming here, he must be getting anxious. To prevent us from cooperating again, he'll spare no effort to continue provoking us. So are you scared?" "Of course I'm scared. I'm scared of losing my wife." "Damien, Victoria said I was the one who killed your uncle. Don't you resent me at all?" "I did before, but now I know you're not the killer." "Then who is?" Just then, there was a noise from outside. "Could it be Marcus's spy trying to rush you out? You should go. If you stay here, you'll be exposed." "Then I'll go. Be careful with your cooperation with Marcus." "I know." After their conversation, Arya pushed him out of the room, yelling, "Out!" He fell to the floor. As he looked up, he saw Silas. Arya was also stunned. "Why are you here? Why can't it be me, and why is he here?" "None of your business." Arya frowned. "He shows up here every time. Is it really a coincidence?" She thought back to how Silas had gotten that recording. It was very suspicious. Silas looked at Damien with extreme dislike. "Hey, You have a fiancé and you're still bothering Arya? Aren't you ashamed? None of your business. Are you worthy of saying that to me? Arya helplessly separated them. That's enough! Damien, we've made things clear. Please leave. Damien left in frustration, leaving the two of them. You heard about Damien and came running, didn't you? You're quite the gossip. That's right. I have eyes and ears all over Ares' place. So don't talk behind my back, I hear everything. Maybe one day I'll be in a bad mood and come here to kill you. Who kills who is still uncertain. If you have nothing else to do, get out. Silas said, The medicine you asked me to make last time is ready. It can be delivered to the H Syndicate. Arya frowned, not remembering who H was, but she tried to play it cool. I'll handle it when I'm free. Silas said, Isn't there a deadline? Aren't you afraid of being punished for being late? Arya, this really isn't like you. Arya said irritably, I know. Are you rushing me? Who's the one who's been wasting my time? The thing with Damien is making me very frustrated, so you'd better shut up. She slammed the door. Why are you so angry? You're going to make me go deaf. A woman hurt by love is truly terrifying. Arya thought, that's settled for now. But what did he mean by being punished for being late with the medicine? I need to investigate this quickly. She opened the door. She saw Leo with red-rimmed eyes. He walked past her without a word. She turned and saw Zoe crying. Why are you crying? Who's crying? Zoe, I mean Leo was crying. Did you two fight or break up? We were never together, so how could we break up? I only got close to him to save the boss. Now that my goal is achieved, I'm not getting involved anymore. Arya said, Zoe, regardless of your reasons for getting close, you need to seriously ask your heart and face your feelings. I hope you won't regret it. But we're on two different paths. The boss taught me never to believe a man would change his stance for me. Hearing that, Arya froze as another personality's voice echoed in her ear. Never believe a man will change his stance for you. Don't expect anything from a man. You can only rely on yourself. You and Damien planned to deceive Marcus, but he not only arranged the engagement party, but also had Leo stop you and restrict your freedom. He's deceived you time and time again. Why do you still trust him? Have you fallen for him? Seeing the boss clutch her head in pain, Zoe asked in concern. Boss, what's wrong? Nothing. Right, I have something for you. Do you know H? I do. Does the boss want me to investigate that underground auction? I'll get the information for you today. I actually forgot something. Forgot to give it to you. Oh, what a coincidence. Is my drug-making partner related to the problem Marcus wants me to help with? Zoe said, This is the invitation to their table. Arya said, Do you know my drug-making partner? Not really. Usually the boss contacts them directly. She thought, no matter what, I have to meet Madam H once. Is this phone number the only information? That night, Arya went to a public phone booth and called the number. But no one answered. Just then a car pulled up. She quickly got in. 2 guards handed her a blindfold. So that phone number was just a doorbell. They're quick. A moment later, she was brought to a tall building. Welcome home. You can take off the blindfold now. Arya took it off and saw that the place looked like a hotel. She was taken to a room on an upper floor. The boss is inside, please enter. As she walked in, her eyes widened at the sight before her. A very cool, badass-looking girl sat on a throne in the middle of the room, surrounded by shirtless men. The girl saw Arya and said, Wait until I'm done with this guest, then I'll deal with you. A young man was dragged out, mumbling, Get me out of here! Please, save me! The red-haired girl said, Too noisy! How dare you talk to another woman in my territory? Drag him out and feed him to the dogs. The man cried, I was wrong, please let me stay, I was wrong! Arya frowned, Wait. What? Heartbroken? Don't tell me you believed that? I was just scaring him. After all, he used to be a client of ours. At most, I'll just chop off his legs to teach him a lesson. Arya asked, confused. He was a client? That's right. A merchant, just like you. I gave him a deposit, but he didn't deliver the goods. You're the same. Arya, you'd better not make the same mistake, unless you want to mortgage yourself as my pet, right? Try this wine, see if it's the same as the one you used to like. Thank you. The last batch of medicine is ready. When do you want to pick it up? No rush. Have a drink first. We can sit down and talk slowly. Arya smelled the wine. This wine smells strange, like it's been drugged. The girl said, What? Afraid to drink my wine? Arya looked at her without a word, on high alert. The girl took a drag from her cigarette and blew the smoke in Arya's face. Afraid I'll poison you? Somehow, from inhaling the smoke, Arya fainted. And somehow Damien was there. Carmine, what did you do? Carmine frowned. It's just something to add to the fun. What are you making a fuss about? There's no antidote, you'll have to handle it yourself. From inhaling the smoke, Arya was dazed. Damien, I'm so hot, my body feels strange. Immediately, Damien took her to a room and put her in the bathtub. Even though she was soaking in cold water, the heat didn't subside. Seeing her growing more and more uncomfortable, he asked, "Are you still okay?" "No, so hot. My body is so hot. You're soaking in cold water and you're still hot." Arya's face was getting redder, her body extremely uncomfortable. Damien grew more concerned. "This isn't good. You're not in your right mind right now." "But isn't this what you've always wanted? Don't you feel it too? Why are you trying to run away? What are you afraid of?" "Afraid I'll play with you? Or use you?" Damien felt himself being provoked but tried to hold back. "That's enough." He grabbed her hands and leaned in close. "But you have to say it. Any other time is fine. I just want to be sure that you really want to do this with me. Not just because of the drug." Arya said irritably, "Coward? You're calling me a coward? At a time like this, if you don't dare to do anything, then you're a coward." Damien was in turmoil. "I'm just what? Don't tell me you have the equipment but not the— Are you even a man?" Damien's whole body tensed up from her provocation. He couldn't hold back anymore and pressed himself against her. They were now flush against each other without a single gap. Damien's voice was hoarse. "Arya, is my tolerance for you too high? Is that why you're so brazenly challenging me time and time again? You're the one who said you wouldn't restrict my freedom. You're also the one who had Leo guard me. See, you're always like that, saying one thing and doing another. You're the one who said no, and you're also the one who kissed me. You're the one who imprisoned me, and you're also the one who said you'd let me go and then forced me to stay here. Why is it that I have to be naked in front of you for you to see everything, while you're so high and mighty hiding things from me? Every time, you use that little bit of favor to catch me, but you avoid the truth and keep testing me. Are you that scared of me? So, if you're not a coward, what are you? No wonder your uncle never entrusted you with important tasks." Hearing that, Damien's patience snapped. He pushed her down into the tub and tore her dress. "Arya, you don't understand. You fundamentally don't understand. You don't understand me now, but sooner or later, you will understand everything I've done." And so that night, they had a passionate and intense night together. The next morning, the sunlight streaming into the room made Arya groggily open her eyes. She turned and saw Damien lying next to her. "Damien, you're so guarded around me, but now you're sleeping next to me without any defenses. Why can't I figure you out?" Damien frowned. "Why are you staring at me like that? Want another round?" "Humph, you're awake?" He smiled. "Was the experience not good?" She said, "With a man like you, one night is enough." "What?" He pushed her down onto the bed again. "Looks like I didn't work hard enough last night if you're up this early." She said, "No need to show off your physical prowess. The drug has worn off." "So you're just going to finish and run?" "Arya, you're so pragmatic." She asked, "Who drugged me? Was it Madame H's subordinate? What do I want to do?" She said, "She gave me such a big gift, of course I can't accept it for free." He said, "Do you know how dangerous this place is? Why did you provoke her without remembering anything? Unless you beg me, I won't tell you how to deal with her." "How do you want me to beg you?" She moved closer, provoking him. "Like this? Or like this?" He was softened by her provocation. She smiled. "Whether you tell me or not is up to you." At the underground auction, Madame H was the owner. Carmine said, "I don't understand why you're so polite to Arya, a traitor who killed her own benefactor. In my opinion, if it weren't for you supporting her pharmaceutical business, she would have been dealt with by Marcus's men long ago." Madame H said, "She's not as simple as you think. Her mind, her personality, what you did to her yesterday, she definitely won't let it go." Just then, someone reported, "Madam, there's been an incident at the prison. Someone broke in." "Oh, it's Arya." Arya and Damien had indeed broken into the prison. "We've achieved our goal. What else are you looking for? Want to save someone?" "It seems Carmine is very fond of him. In that case, I have to get him out." Just then, Madame H and Carmine arrived. "Taking without asking is called stealing. Ms. Arya, don't you think you've gone too far? Even if Carmine offended you yesterday, you can't just take her pet away." Arya laughed. "Stealing? Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Him being here isn't one of your traps?" Carmine yelled. "What nonsense are you talking about?" Arya said. "Similarly, Marcus's weapons shipment at the customs. You had an insider at customs to trick Marcus. You want to swallow the goods without paying a cent." Madame H smiled. "What you're saying is pure speculation." Arya continued. "If those goods were really discovered by customs, it would definitely cause a public uproar. The fact that it's quiet now simply means the news was fake. Furthermore, I've confirmed that the shipment is inside this prison. Marcus isn't as easy to deal with as the man standing behind me. When he figures it out and spreads the word that your auction house embezzled the goods, no one will dare to cooperate with you again. But I have a way to help you get out of this problem logically." "Speak." "First, you need to return the weapons shipment to Marcus." "Adam, don't trust her. She might be colluding with Marcus to trick us." Arya smiled. What a coincidence. When I found that weapons shipment just now, I saw that a time bomb had already been planted inside. You can choose not to believe me, but you won't get anything either. So what's your condition? Very simple. I want him. Damien heard her and frowned. Arya, are you really getting revenge on Carmine? Or are you interested in him? Madam H said, fine, take them and the goods and get out. Carmine gritted her teeth. Arya, you just wait! Outside in the truck, the young man who had been rescued said to Arya, thank you for saving me. It's nothing. My name is Elias. Can I follow you from now on? I used to sell raw jade to the H Syndicate. My eyesight is pretty good. Damien frowned. If you're going to talk, just talk. Why are you blushing? Let's talk outside. Let me help you into the car. He then pushed the wheelchair out. Just as everyone had left, a strange scent filled the air, making Arya feel dizzy and collapse. A moment later, she woke up, to find herself captured in a warehouse. The one who had captured her was Carmine. Oh, you were in such a hurry to catch me? Of course, my game is finally about to begin. How could I not be in a hurry? I can't wait to see your skin torn and you kneeling and begging me. With that, she grabbed a whip and swung it at Arya without mercy. Oh, what a mistake. I should have tied your legs up. A running cat stimulates my desire to teach a lesson more. Arya asked frantically, where's Damien? Haha, worry about yourself first. You dared to steal my toy, so you'll have to take his place. She swung the whip at Arya again. Arya saw some barrels and quickly hid behind them. So you know how to hide? Arya said, this is for taking Elias. But last time, why did you drug me? You can't just be some mad dog biting people randomly, can you? I just don't like you. Who told you to cooperate with someone I don't like? Who is it that you don't like? Of course, it's Silas, she said, swinging the whip at Arya again. Arya was struggling to untie her hands. Carmine continued to whip her relentlessly. Haha, let's see where you can run now. Just then, Arya managed to untie herself. As Carmine was in a frenzy, Arya looked at her with sharp eyes, then reached out and grabbed the whip. Now I'm the one in charge of this game. Arya quickly wrapped the whip around Carmine's neck, taking control of the situation. Carmine said, I underestimated you. You can even be cruel to yourself. But do you dare to kill me? Killing me means going against Madam H. Arya said, you disobeyed your boss's orders and kidnapped me. What's wrong with me defending myself? But instead of killing you, I want to know what the conflict is between you and Silas. She pulled the whip tighter, making Carmine cry out in pain and fall to her knees. Just then, Damien found her. Well, you're a step too late. Are you hurt? Compared to what I did in there, this is nothing. I'm sorry, I promise it won't happen again. Arya glanced at Carmine and smiled. Carmine said, hey, there's still someone here. Can you not be so lovey-dovey right here? How do you want to deal with this woman? Her? Just in time to use her to negotiate a price with Madam H. We have to make full use of her. Soon the weapons shipment was delivered to Marcus. His subordinates immediately checked it and were relieved that there were no problems. Marcus said, I'm very curious, did you really use the Sovereign Seal to resolve this? What else? Besides the political secrets controlled by the Sovereign Seal, what else could I use to threaten customs? I've already proven the value of the Sovereign Seal. Next, you should deal with Damien. How do you plan to handle him? You don't need to worry about such a small matter. I guarantee that when I hand him over to you, you'll have full authority to get your revenge. Arya frowned, cursing under her breath. Sly old fox! That night, she returned to the villa. As she opened the door, about to turn on the lights, Damien grabbed her hand. Don't turn on the lights, it's me. Didn't we agree to avoid each other for a while to avoid arousing Marcus's suspicion? He said, not seeing each other in front of others doesn't mean we can't meet in private. You took Elias with you, so what do you plan to do with him? Did you come here specifically for this? Marcus didn't tell me how he plans to deal with you. He's very cautious. I plan to fall in love with someone else to make our breakup more convincing. I want to use Elias as a shield. That's right. No. He grabbed her hand and pulled her close. No. Arya smiled and wrapped her arms around his neck. You taught me this. You can change your fiancé. Why can't I change my fiancé? Just then, Elias knocked on the door. Ms. Arya, are you there? I made you some tea. My new fiancé has brought me tea. Shouldn't my old fiancé be leaving now? Damien smiled. Perfect timing. Let your new fiancé hear some of the sounds from your old fiancé's lower body. He lifted her onto the desk, scattering the papers, and kissed her passionately. She said, you're going to meet someone like this? You're being naughty. I don't like being controlled. Damien bit her shirt strap and said, then what do you like? Serving you like this, right? Arya was teased until her face turned red. Enough. You've knocked everything off the desk. Elias heard the noise from outside and asked, what was that sound? Ms. Arya, are you okay? Arya slowly opened the door. Haha, I'm fine, just accidentally dropped something. Did you need me for something? I made some calming tea to nourish your body. Can I come in and talk for a bit? I feel so bad that you got into trouble with Carmine because of me. Inside the room, Damien was smiling smugly. Arya said, let's do it another time, it's late today. Oh well, one more thing. This is an invitation from Marcus for you to attend his birthday party. Somehow, from Damien's teasing, she froze, let out a soft, then forced a smile. You should go back first. I'm a bit busy. Heh. Then you get some rest. I'll be going. He's gone now. Aren't you going to let me go? You don't want to continue. Your body is more honest than your mouth. Shut up. Let's get down to business here. He held up the invitation. Today, Marcus said he would deal with you, and then he's hosting a birthday party. Such a coincidental timing. It must be a trap aimed at you. Are you going? Of course, if I don't go, how can we continue our plan? Soon the party was held at Marcus's house. Arya arrived with Elias. Who is she? She's so beautiful. Why is she with a cripple? She said to Elias, use your sharp eyes to observe everything here, from the big to the small. Just then someone said, what are you looking at, Damien? Arya turned and saw Damien fuming with jealousy, staring at them with fire in his eyes. Soon they were in the bathroom. At such a critical time, why did you bring Elias here? Are you trying to take this opportunity to introduce your new man to everyone so they'll believe we really broke up? Do you have to be so close to him? You think I'm trying to make you jealous? You're not allowed to smile at him. That's enough. At a time of life and death, you're still thinking about these things? He said, it's a meal before death. Are you going to refuse? Damien, be careful not to really die. After whatever they did, Arya came out. As she was walking, she heard a noise. She quickly turned and approached the wall where the sound came from. The sound is coming from here. Could it be? Just as she thought, there was a mechanism. She pushed it and a door opened. She saw Bruno submerged in a pool of red, blood like water. His mouth was gagged and he could only make muffled sounds. Why are you here? I can't believe Marcus found you so easily. What are you trying to say? Bruno pleaded. Please save me. I have evidence to prove that you were framed for assassinating the chairman. How can I believe you? He said, before, Marcus found a witness to identify you as the killer. After that, he wanted me to kill the witness to silence him. But I hid the person away. It's because I have this leverage that I've been able to stay alive. Save me, and I'll take you to him. She thought. Saving him could get me into trouble. But if I can find evidence that Marcus framed me for murder, he continued. I also know that you have Marcus's spy by your side, someone you would never expect. You mean Silas? You knew? At that moment, she realized it. So it really is him. Did he join Marcus after cooperating with me, or was he Marcus's man from the beginning, just pretending to be on my side? Bruno was panicking. Oh no, if she already knows everything, she won't save me. What do you want to do? Saving you could hurt Marcus. It's definitely worth a try. Just then, gunshots erupted from the party hall. Gunshots! Marcus has made his move. I need to get back to the party quickly. But what about him? If I miss this chance, it'll be hard to get in here again. Outside in the hall, everyone was in a panic. God! The son-in-law has turned into an enemy! Victoria sat in a corner, sobbing. Sob, why is this happening? It can't be. It can't be. Arya came out and asked Elias, what's the situation? Damien brought Marcus a drink, and then he suddenly collapsed. In the end, it was confirmed that Damien had poisoned him. Damien was surrounded but managed to escape. But I saw Marcus preparing the wine himself in the kitchen. I see, so this is his trick to frame Damien, make him a murderer, and then righteously eliminate him. Let me go see what's going on. You wait here, I'll have someone pick you up. Can you catch up to them? Do you know where they went? Don't worry, Zoe is with them. Soon she arrived at a beach. Damien and Leo had been cornered by Marcus's men. Arya approached Zoe. What's the situation? It's a standoff. It looks like Marcus wants to capture Damien alive. She thought, he still remembers his agreement with me to hand Damien over to me alive. But if this drags on, I'm afraid Marcus will lose his patience. Damien said, you were poisoned, but you can still chase me all the way here. That's impressive. Your acting is so clumsy. Do you take everyone for a fool? Marcus said, I had to catch you myself to be at ease. But if you die, I'll be even more at ease. With that, he started firing at Damien, who collapsed, covered in blood. Leo saw his boss fall into the sea and quickly jumped in after him. Zoe, in disbelief, also ran and jumped in after him. Arya, watching from above, was also in shock. It's fine. It's a little off from the plan, but they'll be safe. Nothing will happen. Marcus said, Arya, your old lover and his subordinate are dead here. Why do you look so calm? I've gotten revenge for you, so you should give me the Sovereign's seal, right? She told herself, calm down, don't let this situation mess with your head. Besides, Zoe is there. Even if they fell, they won't die. She smiled. Marcus, why the rush? I never said I wouldn't give it to you. An important item like that can't be carried around casually. Right, I was being too impatient. How about you come to my house to freshen up, and then we can slowly hand over the sovereign's seal. Why would I go to your house? The sovereign's seal isn't at your house. His expression suddenly changed. He said loudly, Arya, don't tell me you're having second thoughts. Just then a car sped up. Mr. Marcus, the 3 who fell off the cliff have been found, still breathing. Should we kill them? Arya was shocked. Didn't I arrange for people to save them? How did this happen? Marcus's subordinate continued. While we were trying to capture them, we found a group of people trying to rescue them, so we tied them up. Arya then realized that all the people she had arranged had been captured. Marcus said, surprised? You didn't think I was the type to kill without batting an eye, did you? And you said you hated him, so why did you secretly arrange for people to save him? Are you two colluding? Arya knew her plan had been exposed. She frowned in anger, then forced herself to calm down. Marcus, if I remember correctly, you're not qualified to ask me that. Whether I want to hate Damien or deal with him is my business. I don't need anyone to interfere, especially not you. Our deal was that you hand Damien over to me and I give you the sovereign's seal. But now you've intentionally hurt Damien. Should I take this as you wanting to break the deal? Marcus thought, could this really not be her scheme? She said, release the others and hand Damien over to me, then the deal is on. Otherwise, I'll consider this a unilateral breach of contract. Marcus said, of course I want to honor the deal, but I prefer a one-for-one exchange. Besides, I'm very curious how you plan to deal with Damien. She said, I'll imprison him. I can play with him however I want. But this is how we young people play. I'm afraid you won't understand. You just need to hand him over to me. Just then, Silas appeared. Playing prisoner? I like this game. Harry, come to my place. I have 3 basements with 3 different playstyles, plenty for you to choose from. Seeing Silas, she was surprised. Why are you here? To follow you, of course. You're my experiment. If you die, I have to be the first one to get your body. Tone it down, your creepiness is showing. Harry, you're breaking my heart. Anyway, which basement do you want to throw Damien in? No matter which one, I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun. Marcus thought, he's right. Whether Damien and Arya are in Silas's hands or mine, what's the difference? I was being narrow-minded. He said, hand him over to him. Yes, sir. Then I'll wait for you to honor our agreement and hand over the sovereign's seal on time. A moment later, they were back at Silas's base. Damien's wounds had been treated. You're awake? If you are, then hold out your hands. You know I've always liked to take the initiative. Damien sat up, confused. What new idea do you have now? After I fell off the cliff, what kind of deal did you make with Marcus? She pushed him down, signaling for him to be quiet. Don't talk. Silas was outside the door. Arya, what's wrong? Since when did you start being so polite to your enemies? I went to all this trouble to save him, not to see you reform him. At the very least, you should turn him into a pig before we talk. No need, I have my own plans. Fine, then I want to see how you play. He's in my hands now, you can play however you want. Hey, there's no wound on your stomach, why are you breathing so hard? There isn't, but there are sensitive spots. Sensitive, right? In that case, she pulled out a whip. Hitting it again should hurt a lot? This spot was the most sensitive just now, right? She then whispered, play along with me. He said, what do I have to do for you to let me go? Let you go? You must be joking. I went to all this trouble to catch you just to let you go? Then who do I settle the score with for the wedding? Don't tell me you think you can mess with me and get away with it. What's going to happen between us? This kind of humiliation? Or are you planning to use that to punish me? Silas, listening to them, was about to explode. Are you two fighting or flirting? Can't you do something more exciting? She said, torture has to be done slowly. Silas lost his patience and slammed the door. I can't take it anymore. You two can take your time. After Silas left, Damien pulled Arya in for a kiss. So what's going on? You don't need to use props on me anymore? Explain it to me, my fiancé. Damien, let go of me. Then take off the handcuffs first. Cut it out. Right now, Marcus still hasn't gotten the sovereign's seal. We're under Silas's surveillance. Marcus won't be patient for much longer. I'm afraid he'll make a move on me in a couple of days. Damien paused. The atmosphere suddenly tense. The man you love just survived a near-death experience, and all you can think about is that old geezer Marcus? Don't I even deserve a second of your thoughts? Damien, this isn't the time to mess around. Silas could come back at any moment. Then when is the right time? When I'm about to die, it's always like this. For her, it's always life and death, the greater good. Whether it's the syndicate's business or her brother's or anyone else, they can all be more important than me. What do I have to do for her to notice that I'm still waiting for her? If I can't wait, Then I'll have to take the initiative. He said, "My wound hurts so much. Can you apply medicine for me while we talk?" Arya was flustered. His expression doesn't look like he wants medicine, it looks like he wants to eat me. He held her hand. "But it hurts so much, at least we can prevent infection right now." She remembered how Silas had operated on him earlier, so brutally and without anesthesia, intentionally torturing him. She said, "All right, sit still. I'll apply medicine to your thigh first. It's going to hurt a little, try to bear with it, okay." Damien breathed heavily as he sat, making Arya feel a little helpless. He's just taking off the bandage and he's already panting. This guy is so sexy even when he's just breathing. It feels like he's doing it on purpose. And this position is a little stimulating. After applying medicine for a while, she said, "All right, you can do the rest." He said, "There's still a wound on my chest." She quickly applied medicine to his chest. His whole body was covered in wounds. This distance is too close, too ambiguous. I even have a strong sense of danger, like I'm about to be devoured. "I just remembered something, you can—" Before she could finish, he pulled her flush against him. "Arya, can you lower your head a little? A little lower. Please kiss me." Oh my God, why is he making that devilishly handsome face? Can I resist this? My nose is about to bleed. "Damien, stop messing around." He held her hands, pushed her down, and started kissing and teasing her. "Get off me!" She pushed him away, touching the wound on his body, making it bleed again. Arya was extremely worried. "Let go or I'll keep pushing." Damien didn't care. "Fine." He ignored the bleeding wound and kissed her neck deeply. "Keep going." His kiss made Arya feel something, and she was startled. I don't know why, but I can feel a sense of desperation in this kiss. What is he so afraid of? Then she also sank into the kiss. Silas, standing outside, heard no noise and was confused. What are they doing in there that's so quiet? He opened the door. "I said you two—" Before he could finish, the sight before him made him freeze. "So your method of revenge is to pin him down right here and kiss him passionately? Ari, don't tell me you're going to become the kind of person I hate the most. Someone who doesn't keep their word." Before she could say anything, Damien said, "Have you been single for a long time? Don't you know it's normal for couples to do this before getting back together? What's wrong? Why are your eyes red?" Silas was furious. "Are you kidding me? My eyes are red?" Damien said, "You're always hanging around us. Or were you born to enjoy being a third wheel, Silas said, "Interesting. You're the second person to dare to say that to my face." The last person who said that is now completely submerged in formaldehyde. With that, Silas raised his gun to shoot Damien. But Arya quickly kicked him. "That's enough. Bullying an injured person, how glorious." "Ari, you're protecting him? Don't tell me you've forgotten your deal with Marcus and gotten back together with him. If you're too soft to do it, I can help you kill him." Damien said, "You think she's soft on me too?" With that, the two of them charged at each other. "If I die like this, I'd have to thank you. Maybe I can become the most special person in her heart." "She'll never forget me?" Silas asked. "Ari, do you like him?" Damien said, "Tell him you love me." Arya laughed. "Are you two threatening me? Or do you think you have the right to control who I like?" Silas laughed loudly. "Ha ha ha. Now that's the Arya I know, not bewitched by men, looking at men like they're trash." She frowned. "And you? Did I ask you to meddle in other people's business? No matter who you two are, I look down on you. If you do this again, I'll cut off your ear so you can hear better. Got it? If Ari looks down on everyone, then what kind of person does she like? I don't like people who show off their bodies to seduce others, and I don't like people who cause trouble when they're injured." Damien smiled. "So she dislikes me, which means she likes me." She continued, "The husband I like, he has to be as beautiful as a girl, have long hair, and be willing to let me pin him down without resisting." Hearing that, both young men were stunned. Damien's mind went to places. Oh my, if he looked like that, it would be... Silas couldn't stand it and ran off. "I just remembered I have an unfinished experiment. I'm out of here." After he left, only the two of them were there. As he was about to say something, she said, "Your wound is bleeding. You need to rest and heal. Lie down here and I'll find a chance to get you out." He frowned at her. "Arya, you will be mine." Silas was in the bathroom, looking at himself in the mirror. "I clearly don't want Ari to be involved with men. But if the one Ari likes is me, I'm really looking forward to it. Oh my God, is there anyone more psycho than this guy?" In Bruno's dream, "Arya, please don't go, save me." She grabbed his head. "There's a fight going on outside. Marcus has pushed Damien to the brink. Do you think I'd delay saving Damien for you?" No, don't leave me in Marcus's hands." Just then, he opened his eyes and saw himself in a hospital bed covered in casts. "My arms and legs, what happened to them?" Elias said, "You're awake? If you are, then please pay the medical fees. After all, it wasn't easy for Ms. Arya to save you from that basement and get you treated." Bruno was still confused. My hands? How could they? Elias ignored him. Ah, I almost forgot. It's fine, I'll swipe your card for you. Just read me the password. Bruno was still in shock. Where are my arms and legs? What's going on? You don't remember. Your limbs were crippled by Marcus. By the time we got there, your tendons were already severed. Bruno was furious. I'll kill you, Marcus. And Silas, too. Silas is Marcus's mole. I won't spare any of you. Just then, Marcus's voice came from a speaker. I want the Sovereign's seal. For the Sovereign's seal, I even let you imprison Damien. And you let that guy Bruno escape? He has a lot of my secrets. I know. Didn't I just take care of that runaway rat for you? That the point? The Sovereign's seal is the point? It was Silas. He had walked in and intentionally put his call with Marcus on speaker for everyone to hear. Seeing him, Bruno was terrified. Silas is here. Get me out of here. Silas said, I've always said that when I'm working, I hate noise. What are you screaming for? I advise you to be good and not struggle. Otherwise, this disobedient little rat. That night, Elias was captured by Silas. You know, I don't like to be patient. If you can't answer my question, you can just die. Just then, Arya slammed open the door. What question is so important that you had to bring him here for questioning? She walked in and froze at the sight of Bruno's dead body. Why are you here? She asked, why did you kill him? He's Ari's new boyfriend. Isn't that reason enough to kill him? Bruno wasn't my boyfriend. We have no relationship. Why did you kill an old man with no hair left? So, was it you who wanted to kill him? Or did Marcus make you do it? Give me a reason I can confirm. Otherwise, I won't let someone who betrayed me live for another second. Ari, you care so much. Is it because I'm very important to you? She said, even a dog that bites its owner? What's so important about that to the owner? Ah, so to Ari, I'm just a dog. Does Ari like me as a puppy or a hound? No matter what, Ari only likes me. Damien or that useless cripple can't compare to me, right? She screamed, Silas, are you intentionally trying to disgust me, or do you think I don't dare to do anything to you? Silas was becoming more and more unhinged, like a true psychopath. Ari, do you remember the first time we met? You had the same expression then, when you pinned me down. Silas's memory flashed back. He had been sold by his own uncle to Carmine's people. He lay on the bed, dazed, as Carmine slapped him across the face. Like a dead person, no fun at all. How is this thing worth 30 million? There's no other way, boss. That woman ran off after racking up gambling debts. Mr. K couldn't take the shock and jumped off a building. Today is the 7th day since his death. Now, there's nothing left in his family but this kid. If that's the case, take him down and train him. When he knows his place, send him to a foreign club. Wait, don't do it yet. I'm his uncle. How about you let him go, and I'll find a way to get you 30 million. Don't worry, I know the rules. From now on, I'll consider my nephew dead. The money has arrived. Let's meet at the airport. I never thought this kid was so valuable. Silas was still dazed as his uncle said, Pay for him? Don't be ridiculous. That kid is going to die sooner or later. Instead of letting a stranger benefit, I might as well benefit myself. And so, Silas was shot by his own uncle. Go. There's a lot more, but I don't remember it all. Don't kill me. I can do anything for you. As he was curled up in a corner, crying, Carmine approached. Anything? Do you know what your uncle sold you here for? On the outside, it looks like a club, but we're actually in the organ trafficking business. Welcome to H. Silas said, I can do anything. I'll make you more money than selling organs. What did you say? Stop lying. How can I believe you? Madam H said, Carmine, let him try. I believe he can do it. Take out his 2 kidneys. Silas approached with a knife, about to take the man's kidneys. The man screamed and begged, making Silas hesitate. Carmine, annoyed by the noise, grabbed Silas's hand and plunged the knife into the man. See, only the dead know how to listen. Silas slowly lost his humanity. That's right, only the dead can listen. There was a lot I didn't remember, including how I escaped H after that, but there were 2 things I remembered very clearly. One was bringing my uncle back from America and personally turning him into the most obedient specimen. The other was discovering her. Wow, impressive. You've been locked up for 10 days and you haven't gone crazy, haven't starved to death? Hearing her mumble something, Silas asked, What did you say? I said, go to hell. With that, she kicked him, but he was unfazed. She quickly grabbed a knife, pushed him to the ground, and was about to stab him. But Silas quickly grabbed her hand. Although I'm surprised you can still move, how could I just walk in here like an idiot without any preparations? I've changed my mind. Cooperate with me. So, not good enough. Back then, Ari had the same expression when she pinned me down. Not long after, we became the closest partners. Now, you're using that same expression to suppress me. Does Ari want our relationship to take another step forward? Are you misunderstanding something? The point was never whether you were a dog or not. but the relationship between you and Marcus. She snatched the knife and pointed it at him. I don't like being deceived. Tell me the truth. This is your last chance to be honest. Arya, you want the truth that badly? If Ari promises to only be good to me from now on, I'll tell her the truth, okay? Arya gritted her teeth. I'm being serious. So am I. The Damien you were so good to before has turned against you. Your little boyfriend is a useless cripple. Right now, I'm the next most important person to you, right? What are you hesitating for? As long as you're good to me, I'll tell you everything. Am I right, Ari? Damien, watching this through a camera from afar, was furious. Silas said, if you agree to be good to me, I'll tell you everything, and you'll become my closest and most trusted person. You can know all my secrets. Arya grabbed his hand. Become your closest person? Silas smiled. Is Ari moved? As he spoke, she grabbed his shoulder, flipped him over, and pinned him to the ground. Since when do I have to sell my soul for information? When I want something, no one can stop me. She took Silas's phone and held it up to his face to unlock it. Let's see just how much Marcus is paying you to sell your life for him. Silas grabbed her hand. Are you sure you want to see? For you, this could be Pandora's box. Knowing isn't always a good thing. Good or not, it's none of your business. She checked his call history and saw that all the calls were from the chairman. She was confused. Why is it the chairman? Damien, watching through the camera, was also confused. He died 6 months ago. Why is he still contacting Silas? Is he really working for Marcus? Marcus was in his office when he received a text from Silas. Half an hour at the docks, there's a deal. Estimated value 500 units, 5 people in total. He read the message and laughed. Look, another new order. Everyone get ready, we're moving out. Maybe you should stay home this time, Marcus. Let us handle it. What if it's a trap? It's fine. Silas's information has been accurate for the past half month. But all right. At this historic moment, witnessing the downfall of Arya and Damien, the unification of all the underground factions, how can I, the new leader of the entire underworld, be absent? That night, at the docks, everyone met. As they were making the deal, they felt guns pointed at them. They turned in confusion to see Marcus's men surrounding them. Money in, goods out. I'm in a good mood today. As long as you obediently join my syndicate, I can spare your lives this time. The 2 men, one from Arya's side and one from Damien's, were shocked. You want us to betray our bosses? He laughed. 2 soon-to-be-dead bosses and a small faction that has lost all harmony. You're just looking for another job. How can you call it betrayal? Just as he was gloating, a deadly voice and the laser sight of a sniper rifle appeared on his forehead. Is that so? Well, it's our 2 super cool bosses. How come we didn't know we were about to die? He was shocked. You 2 were locked in Silas's basement. Arya sneered and waved her hand. Her men stepped forward, pointing their guns at him, making him freeze. Instead of worrying about me, you should be worrying about your own life, Marcus. Let me guess. If all these bullets are fired at once, will your head explode like a sandbag? He panicked, not daring to make a sound. A few seconds later, he said, Arya, after all, I'm the one who watched you grow up. Just for the position of chairman, you'd kill the people who raised you? Now you want to kill me too? Next, are you going to kill everyone who trusts you the most? As he spoke, he winked at Silas. But Silas just stood there, ignoring his signal. He continued to signal frantically. This ruthless person, why would you still follow her? He cursed under his breath. What's wrong with Silas? Make a move. Why are you just standing there? Arya laughed. Are you winking at me to seduce me or something? Haha, nonsense, just some dust in my eye. Oh, is that so? I thought you were signaling for your mole to make a move. Right, I forgot to introduce you. To lure you into this trap, I had Silas intentionally feed you a lot of real information for the past half month. It wasn't easy for my brothers to cooperate in this act with you. Did you have fun during this time, Marcus? Marcus was so shocked his jaw dropped. How is that possible? You knew everything? Silas, how could this be? You betrayed me. Have you forgotten how I saved you from H? You were just a dog back then. And you've forgotten everything? You'd betray me for a woman? Silas smiled. Hey, why are your parting words so ugly? Everything you wanted, didn't I help you get it? Now I just want you to die. What's wrong with that? He trembled with rage. You people? I, the great Marcus, have been played like a fool by you all. No more games. If so, then let's all die together. Let's all go to hell. Seeing him charge forward with a sword, both Damien and Silas were worried for Arya. Careful! Silas stepped in front of her to shield her. But before the sword could hit him, Arya blocked it with her gun. How could you? Everyone here has a gun. What's wrong? Why is everyone afraid of a man with a sword? Before Damien could say anything, Silas smiled. Because I was worried about Ari. If Ari dies, what will I do? Marcus said, do you dare to kill me? Most of the forces in this city and the fastest way to make money through drug trafficking are still in my hands. My men only recognize me, not money. You don't dare to kill me. He let out a loud, echoing laugh. Then a gunshot rang out. Arya had shot him without hesitation. You talk too much. Sometimes death is better than life. After all, there are many ways to make a person wish they were dead. Marcus lay on the ground in a pool of blood, barely breathing. Arya said, come here. Our two young men obediently came over, glaring at each other. She called me. Arya said, Silas, you come here, pick up the sword. Silas obediently did so. What does Ari want me to do? Stab him. I want to hear him scream, admit his mistakes, and apologize. No problem, leave it to me. Soon, a loud scream echoed through the night. You're cruel, Arya said to Damien. What are you unhappy about? Nothing. Arya moved closer to him, looking through his unhappy expression, cold on the outside but hot on the inside. I didn't let you do it because I was afraid of dirtying your hands. Silas is used to this kind of thing anyway. Hearing her say that, Silas froze. Damien, on the other hand, was happy. Really? Silas, already annoyed, stabbed the sword into Marcus even more frantically. Scream louder! Just then, a man in a wheelchair approached. That's enough. I said that's enough. Silas, stop. If you keep torturing him, he'll die. Seeing this man, Silas recognized him as the former chairman, and Damien recognized him as his uncle. Arya approached from a distance, smiling at him. It's been a long time. You finally showed up. The chairman said, Damien, Arya, long time no see. Damien said, so you didn't die? You just deceived us. If Arya hadn't figured it out, were you planning to hide forever? A memory flashed back. Arya was talking to Silas about his cooperation with Marcus. What's going on? What's your relationship with the chairman? How much do you know about the truth of his death? Your questions are so sharp, Ari. But unfortunately, I have to stick to our agreement. I can't tell you before the appointed time. Is that so? You're the chairman's man, don't even try to deny it. Marcus never waits for what he wants and doesn't need to. In the basement, you had countless opportunities but didn't make a move on us, which is enough to prove that Marcus is our enemy. Silas, want to cooperate? Silas smiled and shook her hand. We've always been partners. Marcus, completely unaware, continued to praise the information Silas sent him. Back in the present, Damien said, if it wasn't for Arya's intelligence in figuring this out, were you planning to keep it a secret forever, letting her bear the name of your killer? To Arya's surprise, the chairman said, you are both my most beloved children. How could I be willing to do that to you? I used Arya to divert everyone's attention because I'm old. I still want to hand over this position to you. Marcus's ambition is too great. If I were still alive, he would eventually cause trouble. By leaving decisively and throwing the situation into chaos, you two would have a better chance. What do you think, old friend? You didn't expect this move from me, did you? Marcus was barely breathing, unable to curse even if he wanted to. Arya said, wait, I assassinated you, but clearly, all her memories from her childhood with Damien and the chairman who raised her, to being imprisoned in Damien's villa, to Damien saving her in the hospital when she had amnesia. The more she thought, the more confused she became. The chairman is my benefactor. I treated him like a real uncle. Why would I assassinate him? How could he use me to escape? Wait, my amnesia and the chairman's escape? Another memory flashed back. I'm leaving first, I'll bring the stuff tomorrow. Damien opened the door, calling, Uncle, and was shocked to see his uncle shot dead. Arya ran outside with gunshots chasing after her. I told you I didn't kill him, but he died 10 minutes after you left. The position of chairman, you'd even go as far as framing someone? Damien, when did you become this kind of person? Damien said, I've always been like this. You're the one who changed. He aimed his gun at her, but she quickly dodged. As she was escaping, Zoe arrived. Boss, no time to talk, let's go. His subordinates wanted to chase after them, but Damien stopped them. That's enough, let her go, don't chase her. As the car drove off, a subordinate fired a bomb ahead of them, causing an explosion. Sorry, boss, my hand slipped. And that's how she was injured and lost her memory. So that was it. That was the truth. This time I've truly remembered everything. But what now? He's my benefactor. Even if he framed me, he's still my benefactor. Marcus was still writhing in pain on the ground. Arya frowned and pointed her gun at him. He is my benefactor. This old man is nothing. If it wasn't for this old man, I wouldn't be in this mess. The chairman said, Arya, don't be rash. Marcus's influence is vast. If you kill him, the syndicate's internal affairs could easily spiral out of control. She said, if it's out of control, then suppress it. The biggest difference between me and you is that I never raise a tiger to cause trouble. With that, she left. leaving the two of them to stare at her retreating back. Soon, their subordinates got to work. Leo and Zoe arrived at Marcus's mansion. "Everyone, stand up, hands up, surrender your weapons and you won't be killed." Then they took down the Marcus's mansion sign and replaced it with General Syndicate branch. The chairman watched them from the window. "Damien, do you still not understand why I faked my death?" Damien was still furious. "I only know that you used me, hurt Arya. She still hasn't taken me off her blacklist." He sighed. "You're too emotional. I used Arya to fake my death, not you, for a reason." "Why?" "Because a crisis is also a challenge. With the crime of assassination on her back, regardless of the motive, others will do everything in their power to hunt her down. Under such harsh conditions, she will grow quickly, becoming the new leader, able to control the entire underground forces of city." At that moment, Damien was stunned. He continued, "I know the taste of power is very tempting, but my time is running out. For the Syndicate to have a better future, can you make way for her? Because she is the true successor I had my eye on." Damien was stunned for a few seconds, then smiled. "But I had already planned to give the position back to her." In his heart, he thought, "What I've always wanted was never power, but her." Arya, standing outside the door, had heard their entire conversation. She remembered the letter Damien had written her as a child, every word filled with sincerity and affection. That night, she went to a bar to drink. As if her mood wasn't bad enough, the couple next to her was being all lovey-dovey. "I'm so glad I didn't miss you. Me too. I feel so happy. Leo, I like you. I like you too." Arya couldn't stand it anymore. She frowned. "Do you two have to be all lovey-dovey right next to me?" Zoe smiled. "We were worried you were lonely, so we came to sit with you. Don't worry, I'm not the type to forget about others when I'm happy. I know you're not feeling well, so I ordered you a male model. Hey, bring him in." As she spoke, the door opened, and a muscular man with a six-pack slowly walked in. It was Damien. "I'm your number 3, please guide me." Seeing him, Arya spat out her beer. "Damien?" Zoe smiled. "Boss, we won't disturb you two anymore. Enjoy yourselves." "Hey, wait a minute." Damien slowly sat down next to her. "I'm your number 3. You can order me to do anything." "Oh, anything? Yes." "Then go pole dance for me." I don't believe he'd actually do this, but he did. Damien obediently went to the pole and started dancing with a very provocative expression. After dancing, he brought her a glass of red wine. "Dare to drink it?" "Why wouldn't I?" She took the glass and downed it. Damien's eyes darkened. He pulled her into a hug and started caressing her body, slowly kissing her neck. She couldn't take the teasing and pushed him away. "What are you doing?" He smiled at her. "Role-playing like it?" "You knew I had recovered my memory?" "Yes." She frowned. "You knew and you still came? Aren't you afraid I'll hit you? Aren't you afraid I'll get angry and hit you? If it can make you feel better, I don't mind you hitting me." She rubbed her face. "So boring. Hitting you would hurt my hand, and I wouldn't get anything out of it. I heard the conversation between him and the chairman, but I don't know what's true. Was it really to train me, or was it just to use me?" She said, "So? Isn't it enough that you and the chairman used me? What else do you want from me, Damien? Are you planning to use a honey trap to eliminate me so you can righteously take over your uncle's position? What are you talking about, sis? Tonight, we're just here to have fun. If you're not going to talk, then let's end it here. The moment we walk out of this place, our debts are settled. From now on, we won't bother each other anymore." Damien couldn't hold back and moved closer to her. "Who said our debts are settled? They can't be. Have you ever given me what I want? What I want is you. Are you trying to provoke me? You know I don't care about those things. I only like you." He bit her and continued, "From a long, long time ago, I've only ever liked you." His words reminded her of when they were kids. "Hey, listen up. Sooner or later, I'll let you know that my like for you is a grown-up like. Oh well, when you're taller than me, we can talk." Thinking about it, her eyes drooped. "So what? A lot of people like me. They're all grown up now. Just because you like me doesn't mean I have to like you back. Besides, Silas said he likes me too. He's more handsome and richer than you." Seeing him silently typing on his phone, she asked, "What are you doing?" He showed her his phone. He had texted his entire group. "From now on, I am officially resigning. From now on, Arya is your new boss. You will all follow her orders." Everyone was confused. Did the boss's account get hacked? He took her hand. "Let's go. We'll go to a notary right now. All my assets will be yours. You're crazy." He ignored her and pulled her along. She said, "You're going out dressed like that? Have you no shame?" "I'm about to lose my wife. What do I have to be ashamed of? Besides, if we go out together like this, all the headlines tomorrow will be about us. Perfect. From now on, you'll be deeply tied to me and you won't be able to escape." "Hey, put me down, Damien." He wouldn't stop, and she sighed in defeat. "That's enough. I'm at my wit's end with you. Put me down. I promise I'll be with you. Really? Really? Being together means? Being together means you're my boyfriend. With that, he happily kissed her deeply. Not boyfriend, but husband. You can't escape, Arya. In this life, you are mine. A few days later, at the chairman's funeral, Arya said, "Everything you were worried about, I will take good care of it for you." At his funeral, all the famous figures from both the underworld and the legitimate world came to pay their respects to the legendary old man. A few hours later, Damien said, "Not many guests have arrived yet, so go inside and rest for a bit. Don't tire yourself out, okay?" Sometime later, Arya looked at the ring on her finger and smiled. And me, even though we haven't had a wedding and are just boyfriend and girlfriend, I feel like I can't escape. Just then, someone kicked open the door. "Everyone, listen up! We're the Axe Gang from City. Tell your boss Damien to get his ass out here. If not, I'll destroy this memorial hall. Do you hear me?" Damien frowned. "What Axe Gang? Never heard of them. Security, throw them out. You're the boss? City will be ours from now on. If you know what's good for you, tell your men to get lost." Arya pushed his hand away. "If you know what's good for you, you should take your men and get lost." Damien asked, "Why aren't you resting?" She said, "Everyone is watching. If I let you handle this alone, people might start rumors that we're having problems." Damien, completely lost in love, said, What problems? We're very harmonious." The gangster was annoyed. "What are you doing? Forcing us to watch your PDA? Are you doing this on purpose?" Another one said, "Boss, look at their fingers. They're wearing rings. That means she's the boss's woman. Is that all? I thought the new boss of City would be more special. I didn't expect him to be just another fool in love." Yeah, what a foolish couple. He's completely mesmerized by this woman. What a waste of his reputation as the underworld boss of City. He should just give up his position to our boss. What can you two do like this? As he finished speaking, Arya shot him in the arm with her gun. "Get out! If not, I'll blow your brains out. How are you so good with a gun? Are you not just his woman?" Arya sneered. "Sorry, I'm also a boss. Throw this eyesore out. And by the way, remember to send them the bill for the damages." "Yes, ma'am." That evening, Arya stood on a stage and announced, "Everyone, I have an announcement to make. Starting today, I am the new leader of the General Syndicate, and he is my boyfriend, my future husband, my one and only love." As she finished speaking, the crowd erupted in applause. "A perfect match. I've been shipping these two for a long time. Congratulations." "Why are you just standing there? You said you wanted to go public. Say something." Damien lifted her up. "My apologies, everyone. Let me handle some family business first." He carried her to a room, threw her onto the sofa, then took off his jacket, loosened his tie, and put on that devilishly handsome face again. He said, "Time to exercise my boyfriend rights and work on getting us an heir."